It's Mawa Heavyweight Champion, Big Billy Gold. You're watching BJ and DG talk wrestling, and that's gold. That's Billboard Billy Gold, and this is gold. This is Billboard BJ and DG talks gold.
Welcome back, everybody. BJ here, DG there.
What is going on, everybody? And Pete the Wall Pierce will be joining us shortly as he is having some technical difficulties. But we have a lot to talk about today.
We certainly do.
Tell him, BJ, what we got to talk about today?
So, we have to run through SPO's The Sit Down. We have to preview this week's SPO event. I cannot recall if it has a name.
Walk the line.
Walk the line. That was it. Yeah. And then talk a little Mawa maybe. They have a show coming up Saturday, and then we got to preview Hard Knox, PWU Hard Knox. Hey,
is it working?
Yes.
No.
What do you consider working?
Yeah, seriously.
Is anything working? Is the video working now? Is the audio working?
We'll ask the crowd. Hey, crowd. Is Pete's stuff working? Give us an applause if it is and a boo if it's not, or laugh because you don't care.
Either or, as long as you can hear my audio. I'll even just bye.
Oh no, you're good. You're working good.
We had some technical difficulties before we went live.
Everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
Story of our lives. But yeah, a lot to talk about in this episode and a lot that happened this week. Plus, we have Fighting for Lindenwold to talk about. Yeah. Where yours truly made his refereeing debut.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to keep saying it until I get bored of saying it.
I don't think you'll ever get bored of saying it.
No, I won't. Thank you, Tara. Thank you.
Hello, Tara.
But yeah, let's get to one reason why everybody is tuning in today. Like, who would like to bring them on? Anybody?
I mean, you were already introducing them, like.
Yeah, you're the intro guy.
Nah, I want to let somebody else do it today.
All right, Pete, what do you got?
Coming up next, we have one of the most enticing wrestlers in the independent wrestling game. I'm talking about when he enters the ring, people just run, they flee because they are afraid of the one, the only Devlin Ridley.
Could at least mention Monster Factory and Lineage, you know.
I just introduced him as a wrestler in general, man. I feel like that you asked me to drive it home, and I did. That's what we're going to get to know.
Dude, you were driving
Devlin,
it.
Welcome.
Look, you were driving it home, and you were right around the corner, and then you drove into the wall.
We have a guest. This isn't the ginger hour now.
Devlin,
welcome.
The ginger hour.
Thanks, guys, for having me on.
Guys,
you can see the party never stops here at BJ and DG Talks Wrestling, huh?
Ain't that the truth, man? Jeez.
I didn't know it started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it started for real. Side note, that intro you guys have is incredible. I just need Big Billy Gold to be like a personal trainer / motivator, because who else could scream things like, you need to do your push-ups and you're gonna like it, like Big Billy Gold was. I'd be terrified, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Speaking of training, how'd you get started, my man? Like, where did you initially cut your teeth at?
All right, so it goes way back. So starting years 2023, 3 years ago, I started training at the world famous Monster Factory in Paulsboro. And I found out about that place because over the pandemic, they were doing some like trendy videos. People were inside. They really wanted to get out. And I was kind of getting into independent wrestling around that time. I really got into it around 2017. When I was actually training for my high school's JV swimming team. I used to do that for a lot to stay fit. And our school and another one were training at a building that was running professional wrestling, the Voorhees Coliseum. It's a really good sports complex. We were
Isn't that where
there.
the Flyers practice at?
I'm not too sure, but it's
Yes,
where
I do
PWU
believe
Dojo
so.
ran. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So it was our team and was another team that was practicing there. And sandwiched in between the two teams without a shred of fear was this one massive indie wrestler. And he's cutting this promo into this camera. And there's about 50 people that have no idea what wrestling is like that are just looking at this guy. And I could feel the judgment, but I'm just like, well, that's actually like kind of cool. Not going to lie. Mm-hmm. So I went to a few of their shows. I saw a few people that wrestled today in SPO. And I think it was around that area of time where I'm like, this is a really cool idea. So a couple of years ago, I graduated college because I wanted to put, my education and my professional life first. But once I did that, I was pretty much on the fast track to the Monster Factory. I signed up. And those couple of years that I was there were some of the most fast-paced, hard-hitting years of my life because I learned so much about wrestling there that I would never have been able to take from anywhere else, pretty much.
Wow.
But yeah, it was great. And now I'm here. I've been around. I've trained at Super Crazy down in Gloucester City. I've trained at Cheeseburger's Worldwide Dojo up in Bristol, which is a phenomenal program, by the way. I would highly recommend it for anyone looking to get into wrestling. I've trained at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy a couple of times. Of course, I've wrestled in New Jersey. I've wrestled in Pennsylvania. I've wrestled in Delaware. There's going to be more coming up. I'm not sure I'm at liberty of what to announce yet, but June is going to be a very big month, so stay tuned for that.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a really cool upstart and upbringing in terms of like, where you've been, learning your trade at. And I know when it comes to Cheeseburger Spot, we've heard a lot of wrestlers reference that location as like one of the top tier locations to train at.
Mm-hmm.
One person that we know personally that has trained there, Flying Ryan O'Neal.
Mm-hmm. I was about to bring him up too.
If I'm not mistaken, did I see something about Cheeseburger making an appearance at the PWSA? There it was.
Oh, what?
Well, that's pretty cool, though.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. So like I'm pretty sure we saw you like back in October, your first match in the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, was that with Tarzan? Or am I mistaken?
2025 was a weird year because for half of it I couldn't wrestle or do anything really. I was out with an injury to my neck, which pretty much had taken every capability out of me. And that was kind of brutal because that injury kind of coincided with the last few shows the factory ran. Thankfully, I was able to get there for the very last one, which was in the 2300 arena in Philadelphia.
Awesome.
But the week before that, one of the SPO TRL Friday shows, I actually did have my first match there, and it was a 6-way scramble match. I'm trying to remember exactly who was in it. I think it was me. It was a couple of people from Monster Factory.
Okay.
Ezra Coleman. He's very cool. Very good in ring. Jack Martins, who I would love to tangle with again. Dude is incredible.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But other than that, and Pedro Pablo too. I got to wrestle Pedro in that match for the first time.
Jeez, what an opener, like, to come into the building and take on all these competitors. Like, jeez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not me coming off of a 5-month-long neck injury and then immediately taking a catatonic in my first match back. Real fun. But I really love that match. The Tarzan match, I've had 2 of them.
Okay.
The first one was a tag match where I was tagging with Clockwork Dylan, and we were taking on Tarzan and Super Pogo. That match was really fun because you had Gabby Gilbert dressed as a clown on the outside. You had Tarzan. Yeah, I know, right? You had Tarzan doing moves to us, incorporating balloons. Like he would put like a balloon on our chest and then splash it so the balloon popped. Although I think in my case, the balloon didn't pop the first time, and he's like, all right, we're doing it again. What was that?
It took him a while to get that balloon to pop.
Yeah. The second match with Tarzan was in December, and that came around because I think I was talking to Johnny Kashmir, who, shout out to Kashmir, has probably been my biggest believer outside of the Monster Factory.
Johnny.
That's awesome.
I gave him 2 names of people I'd love to wrestle because I was doing commentary the first few weeks. I got to really just see firsthand the amount of talent that was in the Pro Wrestling Star Academy and SPO. Yeah. I gave him 2 names. I gave him Tarzan, which happened a few weeks later. And I gave him Pat Dynamite, which happened on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Now, you definitely, I remember your first match. You came out to the ring and, like, your energy was phenomenal. I was like, I need to see more of this guy. And then we did get to see you a couple times, and then it felt like, we didn't see you for a bit. So, when you had popped back up in the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, you had a couple matches here and there, but then you got tangled in this crazy lawyer business between, the back seats. And how did you get initially brought into that whole situation?
So I think for that second run in SPO, there's a span of 3 weeks where I feel like I was doing the best work of my career. Okay. Because before then I was wrestling triple threats, singles matches, opening shows. I'm getting my feet back into it.
Yeah.
And I think I was at a family gathering, and I get buzzed. Okay, SPO tagged me. They put me in a match. I'm looking through. I was like, who are they gonna have me wrestle? I see I'm wrestling Declan Grant. And I'm like, okay, so they're really throwing me in there. And I learn best when I'm thrown into the deep end because 90% of the time I swim. And if I don't, I just come back and try again because I don't know how to stop or quit. But the Declan Grant Silver Skywalker title match may genuinely have been the best match I've ever had in my career.
Dude, that was a great match. That was a phenomenal match, though, man. And I know you came up to me and said, you gave me some crap because of what I'd said. I said you would be light work for Declan Grant just because, he's a dirty fighter. But, dude, I have no problem saying I was wrong. You went in there and you threw down. You made damn sure to let Declan know that you weren't going to just be a pushover. You gave him a run for that money. So I was wrong. You crushed it. It's a shame you didn't get the belt, but I definitely see you taking that tier another time.
In terms of rematches, he would definitely be at the top of my list for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. So then after I was recovering from that, I get a couple calls from people, and they want me to be a lawyer for next week. And I had no idea what the plan was. For context, that was a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it was a month or two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was the first time I have cut a live promo on a wrestling show ever since my very first singles match back in April of 2024.
Wow. And you killed it, man. You felt it seemed like you were natural, when it came to the mic.
Oh.
And you had mentioned that, you kind of started out in the indies doing commentary.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of makes sense why that you sounded so fluid and comfortable in that kind of spotlight moment.
Yeah. And that's a real big thing that the Monster Factory taught me.
I absolutely.
I'm sorry, what was that, Ginger?
I was just going to say, I just absolutely loved it when you came out with Billy and them, and you were just so into Billy's song, dancing and everything. It was just absolutely amazing and hysterical.
That, my friend, was just muscle memory. God, when I was in high school and grade school, every gathering, every dance, Cotton Eye Joe would come on, Cha-Cha Slide would come on. There were a few more dances with or a few more songs with the dance attached to them. And every week I heard Billy Gold come out to the Cotton Eye Joe. There's nobody doing the dance, like the kick, back, crossover twirl. I'm just like, y'all are missing out on some good fun. And everyone was so shocked when I did it. I'm like, this is my childhood. This is like every middle and high school dance. Like, how come you aren't doing it? Where's your energy?
I feel like they stopped teaching it after a certain year. Like, I graduated in 2006. So, like, my entire middle school, when they would do country line dancing in gym class, Cotton Eye Joe. So, like, yeah, it kind of surprised me nobody did it, but then when you busted it out, like, kudos.
I used to work as a lifeguard, and on hot days, I'd bring always I don't have it here, but it's a guitar amp that I could actually plug my phone into. And everyone loves to call themselves free thinkers until you plug your phone in and you put on Cha-Cha Slide. And then you have hordes of children that were running around. Now they're just dancing. And I feel like a magician. So
that's funny. Have you ever done that in like a public, like walking down the boardwalk?
No, but thank you for the idea. I may just try.
Viral moment, my guy. Viral moment.
But yeah, back to Wrestler's Court, though. I think that may have been the most fun night I've had in wrestling at all. I got to go out there twice. I got to really just shoot off the cuff for both promos.
Yeah.
And the fact that I was trusted to do that main event level promo and have that moment with, JP, Tommy, all that led into that 6-man the following week, which was probably one of the best tag matches I've ever had. So you give me the chance to shine and I will shine.
Oh, absolutely. And you've proven that in these moments. That 6-man tag was bonkers as well. So no, definitely have enjoyed seeing what you've been bringing out to the table. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. And trust me, there'll be many more matches to come.
Oh, absolutely. All right, I feel like I've been hogging the question. So, BJ, do you have anything?
Now that you've spent a little bit more time at the PWSA, does anyone else stand out as someone you would like to face?
If you had asked me that a week ago, my answers would have been Pat Dynamite and Billy Gold. I have then had to wrestle them on Saturday, so that was incredible. I love doing that. However, for a more real answer, I'm genuinely shocked that I have been involved with SPO shows for the last 8 or so months going back to October, and I have not once stepped in the ring or crossed paths. Well, I did kind of cross paths, but I never actually stepped in the ring with Alex Rivera.
Okay.
And I genuinely think that if I got the chance, I could give Alex Rivera the fight of his life. He's been in the ring with quite a few talented people. I mean, all the way going back to when he won that first SPO title. You guys remember the man he beat to win that title? That was one of my buddies, Phil Winslow.
Mr. Phil Winslow.
Yeah. And that was a spectacular match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that was, I think, his favorite match of mine. And that match kind of made me realize, wait a second, I kind of want to get in there and wrestle Alex. Kind of the same thing that I saw out of Sam Reaper last week when he wrestled the Feral Face.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm not going to have a heart bigger than brain issue and say, hey, Feral Face, I want to wrestle you, because he's got different fish to fry. But if the opportunity presents itself, I won't say no. Maybe he'll be behind Alex.
Have you ever been in a hardcore match?
I have not. I've never done a street fight, no disqualification, hardcore.
In the chat there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hybrid wrestling in the chat.
Oh, my
Haven't
God.
You guys learned their lesson yet, calling out my guys? Oh, man. Hey, I refereed one of your guys' matches And poor Amadeus, man. Poor Amadeus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing about that hybrid is that if I kind of just like sat on my heels and didn't call out people and didn't stir the pot and throw out names, what am I even here for? What's the point of wrestling if you're not going to go out and grab that bag, you know?
Absolutely.
So if you want to consider that as a challenge to Alex Rivera, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
He's a tough opponent, man. And you were at the building Saturday when myself and Danny Orr interviewed him in the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, he's an intimidating individual when he wants to be.
But here's the thing, you know, you mentioned that, you know, when Alex faced Phil Winslow, that was one of those matches that made you want to, you know, take on Alex in a one-on-one match. We don't have that Alex anymore. That was back when he was the honest, clean fighting, you know, Alex. Now we've got this, we'll do anything for the win, dirty fighting Alex Rivera, who's now teamed up with Hybrid. So does that still keep your mind or your answer towards Alex Rivera, knowing that he will most likely have some tricks up his sleeve if you guys do?
Knowing that he has tricks up his sleeve won't be as much of a deterrent. I'll still go out there. I'll give him the fight of his life, and if need be, I'll go to that locker room, grab 2 to 4 goons, and bring him out myself. I have connections.
Okay. There we go. Got the fighting spirit coming out of Devlin Ridley right now at Hybrid Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Hybrid's no joke. If you're openly challenging one of those guys, you're not just facing one of those guys. You're going to have them surrounding the ring like they did this past week. Oh, and look who pops up in the chat. None other than Sam Reaper. You said his name and he appeared.
That's what he just said, though, Ginge, is that he's got 4 to 5 people in the back that he can call on to come out there and defend him. We'll have a good old-fashioned lumberjack match like they used to do back in the day. I miss those, man. Back in WWE lumberjack match, all the wrestlers lying in the ring, throwing them back in.
So then at that point, what I would worry about is can any of them take down the
Ginger has ascended, everybody.
Ginger, now you're glitching like crazy. We didn't hear the question.
What I was saying is, do you have anybody that could take down the Feral Face? Because if you don't take down the Feral Face, you're not taking down Hybrid.
Well, I'm pretty sure, not that they would do it for me, but Wrath of the Wicked, I see 4 people there that would be more than capable of doing it.
Ooh.
I really do appreciate Sam's tenacity. And as like in terms of honorable mentions of people I'd like to wrestle, Sam Reaper's up there. But also a very underrated pick. I have seen, I'm a big fan of Hamlet Herzl.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I would love that match if that was the thing. On the other side, I would like to tangle with any of the members of Gold Blooded. I've already got like most of the tag teams, Controlled Chaos and High Fashion, who are both wrestling this week. I've had plenty of matches with all 4 of them. There you go, Sam.
There we go. Hell yeah.
We'll appreciate that. I'd even put Papa Juice and Kid Chaos in my quote unquote Sinister 6. Like,
hell yeah.
I like the reference.
Mm-hmm. It's just a group of wrestlers who I've wrestled so many times that I've come up, and every time I've wrestled them, I've learned something more. Like I've wrestled Papa Juice and Kid Chaos both when they were fighting with honor and when they weren't, and each time I learned something more. Same goes with Mark Graspa and Sebastian Valentino. There is another person I want to call out. That does wrestle at SPO that I've never gotten to wrestle. I've trained with this man. I've learned from this man for 3 years. And the Monster Factory had a very large roster at one point. And I've wrestled every single person in some way, shape, or form except for 2.
Okay.
Which is crazy, right? Crazy statistic.
Yeah, absolutely.
one of those people is my trainer, David Goldie. That man is going to be wrestling Marcus Mathers next week. I
Oh,
believe.
what?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yes. And the other one is Lucas Twitch DeSangro.
You've never wrestled against Twitch?
Never wrestled against Twitch.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And I know he's tangled up with Declan Grant. He's certainly been bringing the fight to him and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did to piss this man off, but he's been getting beaten inside and out, pillar to post every single week.
Oh, it's a deep rivalry. This is going back a month now. Like they've been really at each other.
I remember when Declan went on your podcast a while ago, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Devlin, I'm gonna bag him and tag him, but at least it'll be scented." Yeah, it wasn't. Thanks, Declan.
Be careful what you say. Declan does tune in and watch the show.
Hi, Declan. Miss you, buddy.
That's all right. He already said that he wants another shot eventually, but right now it seems like he's got Sam Reaper in line for a friendly one-on-one to see, test of might. Hit the gong.
But yeah.
Test.
Hey, look who it is.
His name is Declan Grant. Come on, Devlin.
Rick Blade. We miss you, Rick.
Yeah, man. How you doing, Rick?
Ooh. Someone should put that on his name tag. Mm-hmm. Get him one of those Krusty Krab name tags he could tape onto his chest during matches. But every week a letter is wrong. And he doesn't know, but everyone else does.
That would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. Absolutely great.
Who's up next?
You are.
Me?
Yeah,
all right. All right, there we go. All right, Devlin. So you told us about, some of the dream fights that you have going on in the academy. Who have been some of your, just in your overall wrestling career, who have been some of your most formidable foes? Who has really put you to the test as a wrestler in the ring?
So earlier I said something about having a sinister six, and those six people I would have had great rivalries with who built me up. My sinister six would be Controlled Chaos, which is 2 slots. Tag team known as the Broad Street Bullies, which are Jake Manley and Liam Black. That's another 2. I would have the Italian Tank in there.
Oh.
Yeah, him and I go back. And I'd have Clockwork Dylan Shaw in there as well.
Okay.
But in terms of one-offs of people that I have really, stepped into the ring and left a different wrestler, I think let's get the craziest one out of the way. Turkey Slam 2024, our biggest show of the year. I was in a 40-man rumble, and I got to tangle. Yeah, I know.
40?
40.
Oh my God.
Yes, 40.
Declan Grant in the chat here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make me hijack this shit show. I'm in a wonderful goddamn mood. Wow. Well, last time you were in a very good mood, so.
Sorry, Devlin just said hi to you, so
Yeah, welcome back, friend. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only other thing said was he wishes that you kept your word about the bag being scented. That's all.
Yeah, where was that, brother? But yeah, so in that
40-man rumble.
Yes, I got to tangle, albeit for about a half a minute or so, with Steve Macklin from TNA Wrestling. I've had 2 matches with the notorious Mimi, who is currently on a WWE ID contract.
Hell yeah.
I got to interact with Julesy, who is incredible.
Okay.
I almost got to be in a ring with Jordan Oliver, who I would love to wrestle.
Well, we have seen him in the
share
building,
the same bag. I think his head would be too big to fill up just one. I'm kidding.
There you go, triple threat match. Devlin Ridley in with Twitch and Declan for the champ.
But yeah. But in terms of like those one-offs, though, there's
Yeah.
so many more that I would like to do. But those are the big ones. Those are the big ones for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's cool, man. You know, definitely some
Yeah.
beasts like Italian Tank. We've seen the destruction that him and Cowboy Pete Carter have been bringing through the building lately.
My
So
God, dude, let me tell you something about Tank. Right, this man just like flicked the switch on like that. Like he was learning and learning and learning and progressing like I was.
yeah,
But then he had such a huge like spurt in what was it, in-ring expertise. Like something just clicked for him.
yeah.
And it's been the greatest thing ever. I love seeing what he does. When we were wrestling in the 2300 arena, we were in this rumble, and this man runs to the ring down the whole entrance ramp faster than anyone I've ever seen in my entire life. Now that was also a 40-man rumble, right? It was
Jeez.
the Factory's last show. There were about 3 pops for that entire match, which lasted like a half an hour. That was one of them.
The speeding meatball.
The joy, the way I jumped for joy when I saw that, dude is incredible. And now he's got Pete Carter on his side, on the light side, might I add. Which, hey,
right?
Good change of heart. I don't see that a lot. But I'm excited to see what Mac does.
Well, you know, a 4-pound cannoli can change your heart.
Bro, 4-pound cannolis are the best, man. I don't know what you're missing.
That's what Pete choked on. Pete choked on cannoli, and that's why he almost died. And he had this grand epiphany of, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be total pieces of shit.
You know, Pete and I go way back as well, and Tank as well, because a lot of my matches when I first started training were with Tank. Like I think I've maybe wrestled him about like 4 or 5 different times now.
That's a
we were doing
boy.
I know, right? We were doing a birthday party because we used to do birthday parties, and he was with P. He's pretty new, and it's a chance to try new gimmicks, right? To screw around, do new things. So one of my friends had given me a bowling pin in the trunk, and I look at it and I'm like, wait a second, I can do something with this. So I went ahead, bought out an abandoned bowling alley. And no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Jeez.
I got it.
This took a twist.
I got you. You were eating up though. I got you.
Right. You hooked me in. You should have reeled it. I was committed.
No, but I was this dastardly evil bowling alley owner that the Tank had to put out of business, and that was great. I love getting those reactions out of crowds. We did that there. We wrestled. I didn't wrestle Tank.
Okay.
But I wrestled Brian Murphy at a taco festival.
That sounds fitting.
Yes, where we all had to wear lucha masks in the 90-degree Wilmington heat.
Oh, geez.
And may I say that may have been one of the worst ideas of my life, because I practically waterboarded myself doing that. You wear a lucha mask while wrestling, good on you. I don't know how you do it. My respect goes out to you. That is incredible.
Jeez.
But yeah, in terms of like one-offs and random things like that, though, those are the moments I live for.
Absolutely.
Like a match doesn't have to be like 15 to 20 minutes in order to make it memorable. Hell, one of my favorite matches I've ever had was wrestling Brian Murphy. We went for 2 minutes, and he got me by airplane spinning me for about a minute straight.
Oh my God.
And we both were so dizzy. I fell on the mat. He stumbled and fell on top of me, and that was it. Those bits are what I live for in wrestling. I think wrestling in general just needs to be more campy.
Yeah. I feel like we've all broken, everything's been broken down with social media and like seeing behind the veil, that a lot of people are just like, oh, I don't want to see that because, I already know everything about it. But it's like, no, that's what it's born from. It's born from like carny shit. You know what I mean? Like it's all sleight of hand and just entertainment. And that's definitely where it needs to get back to. And, I feel like Brian Murphy is one of those wrestlers who he gets it. He's hooked in, he's locked in with that entertainment side of it, because we've seen him as heel, we've seen him in Mawa, we've seen him as face in Spo. Like, he's very entertaining.
If I had to build a wrestling company around a group of wrestlers, I feel like Brian Murphy would definitely be one of them.
Yeah.
And there's many other talented individuals that I could, but you need someone who could run production, do your promos, do your skits, and be professional enough in an industry where that's a rarity. It's a breath of fresh air to see something like that. So.
Yeah. You've definitely got some, amazing connections, it seems like, through, you're only 3 years. You've been at it for, 3 years officially when you started training in 2023, you said.
Yes.
So, it's just amazing to see how many connections, how many people you still are running with, or even just freshly building things with.
Yeah, and that, a lot of that goes back to when I was just starting out. We would go to the 2300 arena, and we would help out with Battleground Pro Wrestling that runs there from time to time. And we would just help out backstage, working merch tables, sweeping out the ring. But I also got to get in the ear of quite a few of the original ECW guys that were there.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I remember going backstage and having a 20-minute long conversation with Joel Gertner. Back when I had been training for less than a year, he was so supportive of me in a way that nobody that was at my experience level was, and I will ever forever thank him for that.
That's awesome. How did you come up with your gimmick?
So the Golden Bandit is kind of like an extension of who I am. And it took me a very long time to realize that, because how they say in wrestling, you should probably turn yourself up to 11. But throughout the years I was training, I had no idea who I was. I tried to be a lot of different people. I was kind of having an identity crisis.
Okay.
And then I kind of just took a trip outside, and I appreciated the beauty of it. And I liked the low pressure environment of it. I liked being able to sit on a tree branch and play songs on my guitar and just serenade the wilderness.
Yeah.
That's the kind of energy I have. So I do it in a couple ways. Think of not a more himbo-ish, but a wrestling version of Flynn Rider, because that's kind of who I am. That's not what I'm going for. That is genuinely me.
Yeah.
But kind of transformed and sweetened up and then released to a broader audience. Ever since I kind of made that realization back in March or April, I've never really felt more comfortable in the ring.
Okay.
And that was around the same time I got that lovely jacket made. Shout out to Checkmate Gear and Scott Martinez, by the way, for that.
Heck yeah.
But I'll just entertain people's energy. I'll wrestle them. I'll acknowledge their expertise. I'll blow a kiss, throw a flower at them. Stuff that, an overly campy individual would do.
Yeah, I noticed that with the blowing the kisses and the flower. It's very romantic-esque. I could see you having a battle with Hamlet Hurts You, and you both just kind of serenade back and forth. He comes with a bitter poem, and you come back with a beautiful one. I could see some kind of fun moment with that.
I'd probably grab one of Hamlet's skulls and put a golden rose in them, and then just give it back to him. Yeah.
I am sorry to interrupt, but I have some breaking news at the moment.
Breaking news. My favorite phrase.
Oh
God.
Shit.
It's officially been announced of something that was announced on this show weeks ago by Hybrid themselves.
Matt Tremont's coming to the Pro Wrestling Star Academy.
And taking on the Feral Face for the Hybrid World Championship.
That is going to be insane.
So what I'm
Wow.
hearing is we get the front row of fans, Kevlar vests and bubble wrap. We get one of those like nets that the MLB has in their stadiums, and we just like let them go at it. If there's ever a time to bring a steel cage to SPO, you bring it now, but instead of a steel cage, it's just 4 solid walls of like fiberglass that you can see through. Yeah.
Just build a just turn the ring into a hockey rink to protect the fans from the devastation that will occur.
Oh, precisely. I've seen
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I almost got caught up in the Dr. Redacted match.
you remember
I
when
don't
we
even-
almost got caught up in the feral face and Johnny and Gloucester?
Oh yeah, that was right next to us, though, where that ended.
Mhm.
Yeah, Sam, you're just glad you're off the hook now.
Oh yeah, no. Matt Tremont's got it.
Wow. So yeah, who were some of your inspirations to get into wrestling? Of people you were fans of?
So the very first wrestler I ever saw in my life was the Great Khali. And you can judge me. I don't blame you one bit. But I'll stand by that man.
Why would we judge you?
Oh no, a lot of people are like, "Oh, he doesn't move fast enough. He's not a Kurt Angle or a Brock Lesnar."
He didn't need to be. He's a
He
giant.
didn't need to be. That's right.
Yeah,
Dude, he was a
Look what
giant.
he
Come
did.
on. No, the
And he-
Great Khali.
you just did.
Garrett
I mean, you
Khali
just
is
did.
an
You stay
icon.
out of out of his range of gripping you, and you're good. The second
Yeah.
he gets his hands on you, or you get close enough for a chop, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah. No, but specifically his match with The Undertaker in 2007. That's the one I saw that I liked. And then as I got into it, I got to see more of the bigger characters, like, of course, John Cena, The Rock, Kurt Angle. But I also really appreciate the characters that they revolve around to make this show run better. For a very long time, I was a fan of Braun Strowman, going all the way back to like 2016. Why? Because he's big, he flips over ambulances, and never really seen anything like it. But I think I went to a live event in like 2017. I was there with my dad, and this man walks out, and I kid you not, his biceps are bigger than my head.
Jeez.
Like that.
That's insane.
And I kind of just had like a look of awe and terror at the same time. But this man, the crowd loved him. This man was going around, throwing people around. I mean, I could have a couple of Braun Strowman moments. One that comes to my mind is him destroying Enzo Amore, and then having all the cruiserweights feast on his dead corpse. But other characters that can do spectacular things, like Joe Hendry, Danhausen, Oba Femi, they stand out in an era where it's impossible to stand out, where you have 10,000 wrestlers who really only know how to do the same thing. And you have Oba Femi, who may have the best innovation on a back suplex I've ever seen, where he just picks them up and yoinks them. Yeah, he did that to Otis. Otis is like 300 pounds, my guy.
That's insane.
Mhm.
Absolutely insane. He must bench like 6.
No, for real. You have Joe Hendry, who uses the guitar in a way I can never imagine. He's just so naturally talented. The fact that he made his own theme song is a testament to the character this guy has.
Absolutely.
And the fact that Danhausen got the Knicks to the NBA Finals is insane. And if they had won any chance of winning that series, they better give this man courtside seats. Yeah, precisely. You are Kurt. I was watching WrestleMania with my family who are not big wrestling fans, and they see Danhausen come on, and they're like, wait a second, this guy's actually kind of cool. Whatever happened? And I told them they kind of had to like him or they'd be cursed. So
Well, see, like he's that kind of like that carny kind of entertainment that like is missing from the roster.
Yeah,
You know, that
the thing that
suspicion, that supernatural-esque, that really like magical, mystical.
yeah, I compared Danhausen to characters like the Monarch from Venture Bros, or Invader Zim, or Pinky and the Brain from Animaniacs, who are your like Saturday morning cartoon types that will be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna like rule the world, enslave humanity. But like we end up loving them because they're so campy and they're really just, I don't know, adorable. They're really good at what they do, and it's a bit. Everything is a bit. This all ties back into my love for bits in wrestling. Are you seeing a pattern here?
Absolutely. And you know
Mhm.
what? We look forward to seeing more bits from you, Devlin Ridley.
Of course, of course.
So what events you got coming up? I know you were mentioning a couple at the beginning of the show, and some that you couldn't mention, but you know, when can we catch you next in ring?
You can catch me every Friday night at SPO. There's going to be a weekend in June where I'm going to be traveling a large amount of distance. I'm heading out west. So there's a soft
Ooh.
announcement. I'm going to be getting into a plane. I'm going to be flying out west, and I'm going to be wrestling out there. That's happening at the end of June. I'm waiting for the actual matches to be announced so I can like properly promote them. But
Yeah.
that is a gist. You heard it here first, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, other than that, still looking for more chances. Thinking of going up north to PA, down south to Delaware. But right now, I'm focused on knocking everyone out of their shoes and stealing their hearts. So,
If you had the you know, either this Friday or next to take on one of the many champions that are currently in the academy, who would you pick? Who would be your number one that you would gun after?
oh, champions. Okay. So, Pat and Billy have like half of the belts at this point. So the scale is
They're
kind of
still
like
on the table though. They're
they're
still on the
still on the
table.
table. I think a singles match between myself and Pat Dynamite could feed families. I think we could do a lot together. I'd also love to run it back with Declan for that Silver Skywalker title. And if Twitch still wants a part in it, that could be a triple threat.
I would love to see that. Would love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The sleeper pick is Feral Face in the Hybrid World title. And
I
yes,
was not expecting that.
I know we had
Right.
this whole segment about, oh, don't call it the hybrid guys. Guys, look at me. I'm going to call it the hybrid guys.
Look. Are we just a like podcast / YouTube show that people come on to call out the hybrid and feral face for a match? I feel like that's where we're getting to here.
Bro, we represent the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. Like these promotions are within it. Of course people are going to come on here and talk business because guess what? Things have happened because of this.
But I'm just saying specifically over the last 3 weeks, we've had this happen.
Well, we're also asking those questions. So, you know what I mean? Like it's bound to come to light.
Which, by the way, you bring up being at SPO every Friday. I absolutely love you on commentary.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Dude, you're a natural.
So originally when I started training, I think it was about a month in when the factory started running Friday shows, because originally training was on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. But one day, our coach decided to turn Fridays into the weekly show, the TRL shows, which kind of did carry over and become the SPO Friday shows. So the shows we do now are kind of like a descendant of that, what we did before at the Monster Factory. A month into my training, I kind of went up to him and I said, hey, if there's anything I can do to contribute to these shows, that'd be great. I'd love to try ring announcing. So he had me on ring announcing for a very long time. And then once ring announcing became my natural thing, I kind of had a talk with Brian Murphy. I asked him if I could try out commentary, and he was pretty cool with the idea. And I did commentary for the first time, and I really got to love commentary because it lets me watch the show and enjoy it as if I was watching like a football game on TV.
Yeah.
I can sit here, give my thoughts, and me being like very detail oriented, I can point out details that people don't see or people would overlook in wrestling. Like,
You're quick with the calls, you know what I mean? Like, you know what the moves are, even for some moves that are just like out of like left field, you know what I mean?
We have a newcomer to the chat, Jess Moss.
Oh man, we need to have her on at some point.
it seems everyone loves calling out Feral Face.
Wait, so now Jess Moss wants to face Feral Face?
This
What
is
the
crazy.
shit?
What is going on here?
I
Flip
think
it.
Feral Face just got a 4-star wanted rating.
We should ask for a booking percentage.
Seriously.
Maybe we just need to have a free-for-all where it's called like everyone faces face.
This
And it's just a line of people who just come out and try and
Do-
take them on, and whoever beats them wins.
Do you remember in WWE when they introduced the 24/7 title and it was like the first person to get to the ring gets the title? That's
Yeah,
what we have
championship
to
scramble.
do. Yeah, and everybody's just fighting out of the locker room to be the first one to get into the ring to officially start the match.
Yeah. It wasn't even a match. Like, the first person to grab the title was the champion. So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, going back to commentary, you see a lot of things on commentary because you actually have to watch the show, you have to analyze it, you have to pull out story threads, you have to present what's happening in the ring to a larger audience, and I like to throw in the caveat, a larger audience who may or may not watch wrestling. So I need to market it to wrestling fans, but I also need to market it to people who may not know a lot of what's going on.
It's like newcomers.
Yes, because I think we do need more newcomers. We need more people who really want to get into it, but they don't know. And I think commentary is the perfect place to get started. Like Michael Cole, Jim Ross. I think Corey Graves might be one of the best commentators of all time right now.
I agree, man. He's very fluid on the mic, and he really
Yeah.
does a dynamite job.
But I'd say far and away the best commentator slash like business owner on the independent scene right now that I know of, and I've worked with personally, is a guy named Jason Howard Heat. He's very professional. I got to work with him at the factory. I got to work with him at Fight Pro Wrestling. And this man is probably one of the most professional commentators I've ever met in my entire life. He knows everything he's calling. He will build a story out of anything. Even if you could get into a ring, you don't know what you're doing, he'll make you sound like $1 million because that's just, how talented he is. And on the flip side, I've seen some commentators who, don't really know what they're doing, and it shows. Like, wrestling is a team sport. You have your wrestlers, but it's not just the wrestlers who make the product. It's the referee, it's the ring announcer, it's the commentary team. Those extra factors affect the product so much more than the wrestling, and nobody will ever give them the credit they deserve because they're not the draw. They're not in the ring wrestling. And I think that's something that honestly needs to change. So the next time you're wrestling on a show or the next time you go to a show, thank your commentary team, thank the ring announcers, thank the people who work behind the scenes because they make you look significantly better than like anyone else could. Sorry for that little tangent there.
That was beautifully put.
Yeah, I would have never thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Commentary is very important to telling the story of pro wrestling because it's told in different phases. It's told in the ring with the match itself. And then commentary's the one telling that story that's being told in the ring, and then there's promos and everything else that happens along the way.
Exactly. And it also didn't help that for a period of like 5 months last year, I could only do commentary. So during that time, I had to really lock in. I had to figure out, my flaws on commentary and fix them quickly. There were a couple of big shows that I was able to call because of that, because I, figured out what was wrong. And every so often, like, I got to do commentary with Brian Murphy and Pete Carter last week for SPO for the first time in months, I think. And I've forgotten how much I like doing it. Now, do I want to
Dude,
do
you
it
were
every
such a
week?
natural, man. It was so funny. All
Thank
three of
you.
you guys were just killer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do I want to do it every week? No, I'd love to wrestle. I'd love to wrestle more. But on days where I'm not able to wrestle, I'd love to do it. So
You could do the double like Jay George did a couple times where he would commentary, go down, wrestle in his match, and then go right back up to commentary, you know?
yeah, I kind of did that on Saturday.
Yeah.
The thing there is the people I was doing commentary with ended up being my opponents later that night.
Boy, what a
Which, hey,
crazy moment
And
that
also
was.
your former, representatives.
Yeah, Billy and I are still tight. It was just a friendly tag
Oh,
match.
absolutely.
But yeah, this man, oh my God, I'm sorry. Whenever you said that, my mind just goes back to Wrestler's Court and the whole dancing thing that we did. And I just love thinking about that. So yes,
It was so
thank
much
you
fun.
for bringing back pleasant memories.
Wrestler's
yeah.
Court was one of the funnest shows I've ever got to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that show was just absolutely amazing from front to back. And the fans ate it up the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all I had was like a cheap suit and a crumpled up index card, and I was ready to go. So they're great.
So you had mentioned that you were out for a bit last year. Was that an injury that you had from wrestling, or was that something exterior?
Yeah, so I want to say, actually, today, 1 year ago, pretty much to the day was when I had to stop because of it.
Oh, wow.
So like early, I think it was like May 2nd of 2025, I wrestled a quick match on a Friday show. And I took a DDT, where I think the way it was done, my head was tucked a bit too much, so my body was kind of like compressing my head.
Yeah.
And
Ouch.
it was, not fun, right?
No.
It was a compacted spinal cord. So it wasn't broken, there was no tear, it was just pinched. And I'm like, okay, a pinched nerve. I could probably work this off in 2 weeks. So I kept working. Since that match, I think I had 4 other matches, including another match with Controlled Chaos, which I really loved working, by the way. That was a really fun match.
Awesome.
But I think by the end of that, it got to a point where I had to like kind of put the brakes on myself, get it checked out. It was bad. I'm not gonna. I will spare you the details, but it was very bad. It kept me out for a lot longer than I'd like. And when I came back, it gave me like a new appreciation on wrestling. It being forced away from the ring kind of forced me to like rethink my mannerisms in the ring, how I presented myself, things I would do during matches. And it really just got me to realize that nothing really lasts forever.
Yeah.
So once I figured that out, because when I started, I was the type of wrestling student to prioritize the cool things, the high flying moves over, basics. And I'm 6'3". I'm like 215 pounds. But the very first finisher I had in wrestling was Tiffany Stratton's Prettiest Moonsault Ever, where you
Wow.
jump from the bottom to the middle to the top and then off.
Yeah.
And every time I did that to practice, someone would pull me aside and be like, that's cool and all, but can you lock up? Can you chain wrestle for 3 minutes? And I couldn't give them a straight answer because I couldn't. But now, once I came back, I pretty much put that first and foremost. Doing commentary up for that period of time gave me so much knowledge on the industry and how it works. And I think that if I didn't get hurt, I would have been slightly worse because I never would have been forced to kind of take a step back and learn those things. It had a happy ending though. I was able to make it back in time for our school's last show, which was at the historic 2300 Arena, which is a place I've been wanting to wrestle in my entire life or my entire wrestling career.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it was incredible.
That place is freaking, the Mount Olympus of the East Coast, for freaking wrestling.
The original ECW arena, and I'm one of the few people like in our local scene that can claim they wrestled there. And it wasn't very long, but I don't care. I still got the moment. I still got to have the experience, and it really capped off the story of that year of me like starting kind of really high and then having to bow out, but then fighting to come back. And once I did, I was able to kind of just barely make it in time for this historic once in a lifetime event. I mean, November of 2025 kind of felt like a season finale for me. Like season 1 of my wrestling career was June 23 to November 25. And then from that point on, we're in the middle of season 2. So pretty much everything SPO related has been season 2 of my wrestling career. So if I were to make like autobiography series, I'd probably categorize it like that. But that's just how I think of it in my mind.
It makes sense. You know what I mean? Because it's definitely like, your second coming in this, in this organization. And man, you've been making a hell of an impact. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it too, because like I had to consider like stopping wrestling entirely because of the injury. I didn't know if it was ever going to get better. I don't know if like one bump would have set it back off again. And that's why I'm like a little bit, I don't know, twitchy about protecting the head and the neck when wrestling. Like I see all these people doing crazy things. Like I saw a video, I think it was on Botchamania, of a guy getting chokeslammed off a stage through a table, but the other guy spun him around so much that instead of landing on his back, he just landed on his head going through the table. And I just see that, and then my neck like instinctively boop, like it can feel like it's a spider sense. You got some PTSD from your situation, I mean, it makes sense. But
it turned me into a better wrestler, so that's all I can say. I'm very like thankful for the people that gave me a chance after, and now I feel like I'm doing the best work of my career. So it's all sky's the limit from here.
So, and something I ask everybody: what is a positive from professional wrestling that you carry with you on a daily basis that just stays with you?
Oh, that's easy. The confidence, the improv, the professionalism. There have been times I have been on corporate meetings because my job is like, I'm a data scientist. That's what I do in real life. I'm not going to say where or anything, but I have to meet with like clients that have expectations, and I have to communicate things to a lot of people. I was an educator before I got into wrestling, so talking to people was kind of up there on my list of skills. But wrestling kind of gave me the training to figure out what to say as I'm saying it. Like as I'm talking, I'll be saying something, but then I'll also at the same time be thinking of the words I'm going to be saying 5 seconds from now. And then when I get there, I'll be thinking of the next 5 or the next 10. And it's things like that have helped me. Like I can think of 2 or 3 instances in my personal life, talking to friends or family, in my professional life, talking to clients or coworkers, like completely independent of wrestling, where I can look back at wrestling and be like, yeah, this is where I learned that. That's where I could take away from it. So wrestling did teach me a lot about that. It taught me how to conduct myself around other people, how to socialize with them. And I'll always thank it for that. But yeah, it's a very valuable thing to learn.
That's all. That's one of my favorite answers so far, honestly.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody has like a different answer, but that one just generally is my favorite because it's more personalized.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And yeah.
to where it's carried on
Mm-hmm.
outside of professional wrestling.
Exactly. And I think like most of wrestling should be like that. It should be this learning experience you can learn there and take away from it to, use it on your other facets of life. And then you do the exact opposite. Like wrestling has always been very personal for me. Like most of the reason I got into it was to improve myself, to get into better shape, to have something to do after college. And everything good that came because of that is like a bonus. I treat that as a bonus because the real fulfillment for me is the work and the experiences that I do as a part of it. So like I didn't expect to wrestle Declan Grant or the Graysons, but when I did, I'm like, this is incredible. This is a bonus, and this is because I've worked so hard to put myself in this position that just came to me. I'm very grateful though. Mm-hmm.
So, where can anybody that watches this find you online to be able to follow you and your progress in professional wrestling?
So my Instagram is Devlin Wrestles. I have about 300 followers, which isn't really a lot in the grand scheme of things, but we're bumping those numbers up. We're bumping those numbers up.
Oh yeah.
I've also made a YouTube channel, which is linked on my Instagram, so you won't have to like search for it. Where I'm kind of like archiving my career. I've already made a montage of my first 100-ish matches, which I have hit 100. The match with Dylan a couple weeks ago was number 100 for me.
Wow.
Congratulations, man. That's incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And if you are interested in that part of my career, you can actually go ahead and watch that video. It's about like 10 minutes, and it just shows my progression as a wrestler. Because a lot of people like to upload their highlights, and they don't want anyone to see like, hey, I used to do this and not very well. They don't want people seeing like the early stages of their career. But I picked like a couple of matches that I really liked that may or may not have been the best from an in-ring standpoint. But I put them on there because it showed what I was able to do, what I was able to learn, and what I was willing to learn as a result of those. Like, off the top of my mind, those matches, my first singles match, which was an outside booking, by the way, which is crazy. Both of my matches with the Notorious Mimi are on there.
Okay.
I had a tag match where I wrestled the Italian Tank and Tim Dynamite, who is in a league of his own when it comes to wrestling. I had all of my notable SPO matches. So Tarzan, Declan, the 6-man, and I had Dylan from very recently.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a couple of other ones in there, but those are the notable ones. But you'll see like, oh, this is Devlin Ridley, 4 months in, 8 months in, a year in. Here he is, a year and 8 months in, and he has this new set of gear with this new presentation. And now he's wrestling somewhere different at 2 years in. And you watch this, like even when I was watching that video, going back, it really kind of just reinforced like how far I really came as a wrestler. Because I would always look back into what I was doing during those periods of my life. And I'm looking at what I'm doing now, and I'm thinking, wow, this is such a big improvement. I never would have gotten here if I didn't, push myself there. So a lot of people get discouraged easily, but the road does end up brighter.
I mean, it's not an easy business to train in, and let alone even after you're done training to actually fully break into. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication.
I mean,
and paying your dues.
God, no, not that phrase. Oh man, I'm still figuring it out myself, but no, a lot of people I train with are really incredible. They've gotten some great opportunities because they worked really hard for them, and the sky's the limit for all of us. As long as we keep doing what we're doing, nothing can really stop us. That's just my personal philosophy on it.
It's a good philosophy to have.
Yes.
Anybody else have any other questions for our guest?
I feel like we covered all the bases. I feel like you've been a phenomenal guest tonight, Devlin. Like, thank you so much for coming on and like just kind of being an open book and telling us your tale.
I appreciate it. I didn't think that I was able to get an hour's worth of content out of me. Like, I thought I'd be like, oh, here's a funny story, here's a funny story, and then just like shut down. But no, you guys were very good at engaging. I was very open to it, and I think it worked out very well. So thank you so much.
Of course,
Thank
man.
you for being with us. And you're welcome back to come on anytime.
Absolutely.
To tell more of what's going on with you, stories, whatever you want to talk about.
Absolutely. I'll keep that in mind, though. We'll see what Tuesdays I have free.
Or if you just want to join us on the panel for a day to talk about what's going on with SPO on Friday nights.
Oh, that's tempting.
But we do have a lot to cover still from this past weekend and this upcoming weekend.
You're welcome to hang out, but we got to get to it.
I think I might.
All right.
Kind of interested to see what the party's like from this side of the camera.
Okay. Well, BJ, you can kick it off. I meanwhile got to go use the lavatory. Yep. Thank you, James.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Our lavatory sound effect. But yeah, so the first of two SPO events this past weekend, we had SPO, the sit down, which I know you do have your rundown, but would you like me to show the footage first, or would you like to do that first?
Let me read that, and then you can. Actually, yeah, just play that. I could just.
All right, so
save me the trouble.
Yeah, so I'm going to start this from when Robbie is in the ring with Jay George.
Well, let me read up to that point then.
Okay.
To start the night, Jay George with Mike Hamilton, Mike Jr., Alex Rivera, Skills the Great, and newcomer Nat Castle interrupt the loop. Jay George calls out his tag team partner, Robbie Illuminati.
And here we go. Get us all off to the side here. All right.
Jay George. Yeah, you know, you people are actually right. You actually are right to boo him because he's just like you people.
Be sure not to let Robbie's theme song play.
No. I'm past that. He's
for
already,
various reasons.
Yeah, he's already in the ring. And
Okay.
Jay George is
I know, but there's that moment where it comes back on for a second.
Well, you know, it's not 3 seconds, you know, so I think
you're
we'll
right.
be all right.
So on that end of it, we're fine.
Yeah. And even if then we can just have it'll just pull it off and people will just see flashing lights in the replay. So
fair enough.
So to continue, and I will mute mics at this point so this plays out.
Rob, what's going on with you, brother?
What's going on with me?
Just real quick, I just realized what line it was, and he asked what's going on. It's just like, I'm a hustler, homie. Like, it couldn't have been any perfectly better time for that. Now to continue.
No, you don't get it. So you guys never been part of a world championship tag team. You never been part of a legendary label. You've never been in a position where you've achieved greatness, where something like this could even happen. Matter of fact, do any of you even have a best friend to have a falling out with? I wasn't able to be here last week, George, because I had health problems, which again, I would think that a bunch of people who clearly aren't the picture of good health could understand and sympathize. But again, no sympathy whatsoever.
You suck, Robbie.
And I would have been here if I could have, but I couldn't.
Rob, for the past 6 months, I've been wrestling here with a messed up knee, and you're telling me in the 20 years that you've been wrestling, you were out because you were sick? Because you had a little cold? You had a little sore throat? You had a cough that you couldn't come out here and help your brother defend your tag titles? That's it, Rob, because you were sick? Rob, I'm starting to think that maybe you don't have my back, because I don't know if you realize this or not, but it was Hybrid Wrestling that put that match together when we went to Las Vegas and we took on the Vandal 48. That wasn't PWU. That was Hybrid Wrestling. So you're telling me that you don't have my back?
First and foremost, bro, calm down. First and foremost, people need to calm down. You want to talk about an injury? Let's talk about last year. This time last year, I was on crutches. And some of you people know because you were there and you saw it. This time last year, this building was nothing but spackle and sawdust. It was an empty warehouse. This time last year, my brother Johnny Cashmere, my brothers J.P. Grayson and Tommy Grayson, the Backseat Boys, they picked me up. And along with them, with my crutches, we turned this building into the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. And every Friday night, we start changing independent wrestling. So you don't need to like me. You don't need to like me. They don't need to like me. But you will respect me because I am the man of this goddamn house.
You're the man, Rob. You're the man, huh? You're the man. They got your back. Well, they got your back so bad. Then why don't we do this? Me and you right here, right now. Why don't we take on the Backseat Boys?
Right here, right now.
Let's see what they got. Come on now, boys. Oh, yeah, you're right. They're not here, Rob, because they don't have your back. So I need to know right now, Rob, do you have my back or do you have PWU's back? Whose side are you on?
Cashmere all day. Cashmere all day.
Well, this isn't who Jay George was asking for, but it was his tag team partner last week when he went to defend those PWU tag team titles. This is Amadeus, flanked by Mother Endless, Wrath of the Wicked, looking for maybe a little bit of vengeance. Yeah, Jay George called out Mother Endless previously.
Would you like to pick up from here?
Yeah, let me just find my place. Before Robbie can answer, Amadeus and Mother Endless come to ringside as Robbie leaves. Amadeus questions Jay George about abandoning him last week. Skills interrupts and says Amadeus will have to take it up with Face. Mother Endless gets on the mic and insults Skills as Nat Castle slides in between them. Mother Endless insults Castle, and that leads to our first match of the night. A singles match between newcomer to the PWSA, Nat Castle, versus Mother Endless. Early on, Jay George jumps to the apron and distracts Mother Endless. Castle attempts a roll-up from behind for a 2 count. Mother Endless reverses an Irish whip, drops to the mat, and rolls like a log downhill, taking out the legs of Castle. Castle retreats to the apron, and when Mother finally approaches, Castle grabs Mother's arm and slams it into the second rope. Castle enters and hits a double. Where am I? Yeah.
Double
Castle
cheek
enters
smack.
and hits a double knee arm breaker for a 2 count. Castle pounds Mother Endless into the corner, hits a running boot, and then a hip attack. There's the double cheek smack and covers
Double
for a
cheek
2.
smack.
Castle takes down Mother with an armbar, and Mother fights her way back to her feet, but Castle pulls her back to the mat by the mask, like by the hair in the mask. Castle hits a swinging neck breaker for a 2 count. Both competitors brawl until Mother Endless hits a back suplex to take control. Mother Endless hits a pump handle suplex and tosses Castle into the corner. Mother Endless hits a turnbuckle headstand double knees, but she doesn't quite get all of it. Mother Endless covers for a 2. Mother Endless hits a senton and covers, but Jay George grabs the ref to break the count. Alex Rivera jumps to the apron and distracts referee Danny Aura as Jay George sneaks around the corner of the ring. Mother Endless turns her attention away from Castle, and Jay George hands her a handful of a mysterious orange powder. Castle throws the powder into Mother Endless's face and covers her for the 3. Nat Castle defeats Mother Endless by pinfall.
Listen, we knew that there was going to be malarkey. Hybrid Pro Wrestling was ringside. Malarkey, capital M. And, you know, normally that capital M is reserved strictly for Mother Endless. But this evening, you know, it was clearly a, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on 2 when it came to the match. And
the whole hybrid crew besides Face.
Yeah, it felt like a boxing match with the amount of people that were in
It's entourage,
Nat Castle's
her
corner.
entourage. Yeah.
Entourage, there you go. Oh, look at that handsome devil sitting center.
Damn, that's crazy. Who let him on commentary?
But no, this was an interesting match to kind of kick off from, you know, that whole. I mean, I feel like we never got an answer from Robbie. You know, instead we had Amadeus come out.
I think Robbie kind of got saved by the bell, or in this case, Amadeus's music.
Yeah, that's a good point because
he took that
we didn't
opportunity to just dip out without saying a word.
Yeah, we didn't get an answer. You know, which side is he on? Is he hybrid or is he Cashmere? Is he the SPO? Is he PWU? Is he the back seats? You know, while we all love to hate Robbie, he's our asshole. You know what I mean? You're muted, Jen.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. But Nat Castle making her PWSA debut, and cheating, using that glitter or that whatever that was.
Orange powder.
Orange powder.
It was orange spice.
Orange spice. All right. Well, damn, that must burn. But also the fact that the ref, Wicked Works' very own Danny Aura, didn't notice that the ring was all of a sudden orange. After he did the 3 count, he's like, "What?" Like, my mouse pad, orange.
I mean, sometimes in the heat of the moment, and also he didn't exactly see what happened.
Of the moment.
If you don't see what happened,
ginger, orange.
Meat of the moment.
I'd say something like that could come down to like referee discretion or something.
Devlin, have you ever been a referee?
I have.
Okay. Because I was going to say only one of us here on this forum has been a ref, but now 2 of us on this forum.
Ginger, because he just got outshined. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I would think it's ref's discretion, and if the ref didn't see it, then he can't make assumptions as to what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for all he could know, she could have tried to use it, and Mother Endless smacked it out her hand.
Yeah.
And whatever.
The amount of shenanigans that can go on with something that could happen behind a ref's back is incredible. Slightly, then still on topic. Have any of you seen anything of Mystery Wrestling?
Yes.
I have not. It continues to remain a mystery.
Go up and you're so funny. Oh, thanks, Dad. But yeah, no, for real. In one of their matches, I think it was an extremely ruled Iron Man match. Both competitors tried to do like the Eddie Guerrero weapon find the rest back spot. I think it was London Lightning versus Cecil Nix. And there's like a door set up in the corner. There's powder. There's chairs. Well, London Lightning tries doing the Eddie Guerrero bit where he slams a chair on the ground and he bumps. And then the referees are coming too. Cecil looks at the chair, looks around, and then throws himself through the door in the corner. So
I've seen that.
If you haven't gotten to see that clip, I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
It just shows that anything can happen when the referee's back is turned.
yo, the mystery wrestling is freaking amazing.
Yes.
It really is. It's
It really
very
is.
fun. It is the fun side of wrestling.
Very campy. I would say sorry to get you guys off topic.
This is the
Yeah,
first
we
time
do
I'm
it
hearing of
ourselves.
Like a
Sorry.
modern Chikara.
Pretty
I'll write
much,
that
yeah.
down to check it out.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So that's all I got to say about that.
But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see with this what we've called attempted hostile takeover by Hybrid, of where Wrath of the Wicked does play into this in the grand scheme of things. Because across this weekend we saw Nat Castle, Mother Endless, Sam Reaper and the Feral Face we'll be talking about a little bit later, and then Amadeus and Alex Rivera from this past Saturday.
I'm going to say attempted hostile invasion. Brother, Hybrid had a clean sweep. I don't know how much more attempted you can get than that.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I'm referring to our conversation back a week ago, as of at that time was the attempted hostile takeover.
Okay.
Our next match was a singles match between Stife versus Clockwork Dylan Shaw with Angel Orsini. As they're about to lock up, Stife pulls away. They attempt to lock up again and again. Stife pulls away and taunts Shaw. Shaw beats Stife into the corner with forearm strikes and whips Stife to the opposite corner, but Stife avoids Shaw's attack. And after some more evasion, Stife hits the running head scissor. Stife hits a flying forearm in the corner and then a chop. Then Shaw avoids a corner maneuver and hits a Russian leg sweep. Shaw stomps Stife and hits him with a couple chops and stomps in the corner. Stife ducks a running clothesline and hits a pair of forearms, but Shaw ducks a spinning back elbow and pokes Stife in the eye. Shaw tosses Stife to the apron and distracts the ref as Angel hits Stife with a boot to the face. Stife rolls in and gets stomped by Shaw. Shaw hits a suplex for a 2 count. Shaw then stomps Stife again before standing on his chest. Shaw attempts a cocky pin for a 2 count. Shaw works over Stife with various chokes, and Angel chokes Stife with her kendo stick on the bottom rope as the ref's back is turned. Both competitors exchange chops, and then Stife avoids a running attack from Shaw. Stife fires up, hitting multiple running clotheslines and a flying forearm. Stife hits a running knee in the corner and attempts a bulldog, but Shaw pushes him into the ropes. On the rebound, Stife hits a kick to the gut and then a swinging neck breaker. Stife climbs to the top rope, but he's distracted by Angel as Shaw recovers and knocks Stife to the mat. Shaw then hits the timestamp on Stife for the 3 count. Clockwork Dylan Shaw defeats Stife by pinfall.
Dylan Shaw is a crummy wrestler. This dude has been on a tear lately, and you know what? I don't appreciate it. He's dirty. He fights dirty. He's cocky.
He just has such a punchable face.
Yeah, absolutely. And last week, Stife was giving him a run for his money, but we're starting to see a little bit more of a villainous Shaw after these last couple of weeks, and he's coming out hard hitting. You don't see no full steam ahead. He's done with that. He's just
the last time he tried. Sorry, the last time he tried the last time we tried the full steam ahead bit, he ate a missile drop kick right to the face. So I think that may have made him reconsider.
I know me getting kicked in the face would definitely have me reconsidering some things in my life. But nonetheless,
To be fair, if Angel
To be
wasn't
fair.
involved, I think Stife would have won this match.
Oh, absolutely. Because you know what? She's just there just to interfere, man. There's no other reason. She shouldn't even be allowed at ringside.
I'm
Because 9 times out of 10, she's interfering and she's causing nonsense.
hey.
Shut up! Shut up! I'm talking.
Hey, don't bury your co-hosts.
Let me.
Anyway, since I muted him, if Stife would have never acted like he didn't need her, maybe he would have picked up the win.
He didn't act like he needed her. He won her tutelage.
2 weeks ago, there was, or maybe it was to show you weren't there. They had the backstage promo where he was like, "Oh, I'm making big moves. I don't need you no more."
Because she abandoned him for the back seats. She totally put him in the back seat and decided that, you know what, I'm more focused on these guys than you. So she started it by abandoning him. You know, she fair and square. He won that Rumble for her tutelage, for her to be his manager, and then she jumped ship as soon as JP and Tommy Grayson, start taking off their shirts and flashing their shiny pants. It's BS to me, and it's top flight malarkey.
We'll say Dylan could probably. I think I made a reference to it on commentary, but I feel like Dylan with Angel is comparable to like a Homelander type situation, where you have this man who's really cowardly in his ways, but he has Angel, he has the back seats. He's like a Dudley Dursley, if anyone here is a Harry Potter fan.
Oh man, that's a good reference.
And he's throwing his weight around in ways that he couldn't really do before. I'm personally not a fan of it, but he does have Angel in his pocket, and their shenanigans did win Wrestlers Court for them. So
you're right.
Can't really argue with that.
No, you're right. Yeah, my money was on Stife this whole match. I felt like he came out strong. He was really, picking up some momentum, but in the end,
I started a Stife's gonna kill you chant when the bell rang.
Yeah, and then Clockwork Dylan Shaw laughed in your face.
Yeah, well, after him losing, you could say the Enterprise lost some stock.
Oh, and with that, we have the next match.
All right, let's keep moving, really.
Next up, we have a 3-way tag team match to determine number 1 contender for the SPO tag team titles between Gold-Blooded, Nigel Carter and Malik Machiavelli, versus High Fashion, Sebastian Valentino and Mark Raspa Jr., versus Flying Ryan O'Neal and Junie Underwood. This one starts with Nigel, Junie, and Raspa in the ring, and all 3 competitors trade quick pin attempts. After this stalemate, all 3 competitors tag in their partners. All 3 competitors avoid clotheslines and then kicks, and finally Malik connects with a kick to the gut of Ryan and works over Sebastian. Malik tags in Nigel, and they hit double back elbows on Sebastian. They hit a double hip toss on Ryan, and then a springboard into a wheelbarrow splash for a 2. Sebastian reverses a suplex from Nigel and whips him into the corner. Sebastian connects with a running clothesline and tags Raspa. High Fashion hit an assisted dropkick, then Raspa nails him with a short dropkick to the head. Raspa covers for a 1 count. Raspa picks up Ryan in a fireman's carry, but Ryan wiggles free and tags Junie. Junie avoids a clothesline from Raspa and boots Nigel into the corner. Junie reverses a clothesline from Raspa into a kick and tags Ryan. Junie sets up on all fours, and Ryan springboards off of him into a splash onto Nigel in the corner. Junie slams Raspa, and Ryan and Junie hit a 420 leg drop. Ryan covers, but Malik and Sebastian make the save. Junie pairs up with Malik, Ryan with Sebastian, and Junie takes Malik and himself to the outside with a clothesline as Sebastian gets the better of Ryan. Sebastian hits a dive through the ropes to the outside and wipes out Gold-Blooded. Junie knocks Sebastian off of the apron with a running boot. Junie runs to the corner and nails Sebastian with a springboard crossbody to the outside. Raspa hits a dive over the ropes onto Junie on the outside. Gold-Blooded then hits stereo dives. Yeah, well, I typed something wrong because I typed Gold-Blooded, then hit stereo dives onto Gold-Blooded on the outside. You know what I meant.
That is top tier work here at BJ and DG Talk Wrestling.
They hit themselves. High Fashion hit Gold-Blooded on the outside is what I meant to say. Flying Ryan then hits a springboard dive onto the pile. Ryan tosses Raspa into the ring and climbs to the top rope. Sebastian knocks Ryan to a seated position on the top rope and sets him up for a superplex. Raspa joins Sebastian as they set up Ryan for a double superplex. Ryan fights out and falls to the outside as Junie attacks High Fashion from behind. He climbs to the second rope as Gold-Blooded slide under High Fashion and set them up on their shoulders. Junie hits a double Doomsday device on High Fashion from the top rope, and Ryan hits a top rope splash on Malik and Nigel, but can't recover enough for a pin attempt. All 6 competitors are down in the ring. As everyone recovers, Ryan and Sebastian roll out of the ring. Junie and Nigel trade strikes on the apron as Malik and Raspa trade strikes around the corner on the apron. Junie hits an apron DDT on Nigel and Raspa slams Malik back first into the apron. Sebastian hits a dive through the ropes to Junie on the outside. Ryan hits a flying crossbody to Raspa on the floor. Ryan gets back into the ring for another high-flying attack, but he's followed in and cut short by Sebastian. Sebastian hits the ropes only to run into a kick from Ryan. They take each other out with running clotheslines. Malik and Nigel climb to the top and hit stereo elbow drops on Sebastian and Ryan. They attempt double pins, but Raspa and Junie make the save. Junie and Raspa trade forearm blows and chops as everyone else rolls out. Junie takes Raspa down with a dropkick as Nigel enters. Nigel hits a DDT, taking out Junie. Sebastian enters and wipes out Nigel with a spin kick. Ryan enters and wipes out Raspa with a kick. Malik wipes out Ryan with a kick. Raspa hits a big knee on Malik. Raspa charges at Junie in the corner, but Junie evades and lifts Ryan into an assisted dropkick on Raspa. Junie and Ryan hit a wheelbarrow bulldog on Raspa for a 2 count that's broken up by Malik and Nigel. Nigel tosses Junie to the apron, and Malik and Nigel take him down with dual super kicks. Gold-Blooded hit a double team on Ryan for a 2 that's broken up by Sebastian. Sebastian tosses Malik out and hits a super kick on Nigel. High Fashion hit the smoking hot driver on Nigel for the 3 count. High Fashion defeat Gold-Blooded and Ryan and Junie to become #1 contenders for the SPO Tag Team titles.
That was long.
I know. So much happened.
But listen, that was long. But the match was a long match, and the entire time I was enthralled.
Wait till we get to the main event.
Like every single moment between these tag teams was just stellar. I mean, talk about sheer athleticism and just aggression and just talent, man. Like that was a phenomenal match. It's always great to see Junie and Ryan at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy.
Oh yeah.
Ryan just had his, Ring of Honor debut earlier this week, right? So
not only that, but he appears during the Stadium Stampede match at Double or Nothing and starts a food fight in catering.
That's hilarious.
I think it was Mark. Who was it? Mark Davis, and I think maybe Shelton Benjamin or Bobby Lashley. And they're just fighting through catering. And next thing you know, Flying Ryan just starts a food fight. It was absolutely great.
That's amazing.
Nice. Hey, personally, that 3-way tag match was my match of the night. Calling it anyways. Had a lot of incredible talent. Junie and Ryan always so good consistently wherever I see them. Then you have High Fashion. And I've known them ever since I started. They're my guys, so they always are going to sit well with me. Gold-Blooded, I really love watching. I'm not over the fact that Malik Machiavelli was able to jump from the ring to the top rope without using his hands.
Dude, Malik is a beast. I've never seen somebody so built, but also sheer athleticism. I love his, over the, what's that called, where he flips over the turnbuckle, hits the spear. Is there a specific name for that move, or?
There's probably a move for most of these.
Buckshot spear, probably.
Yeah. I was about to say because it's similar to the Buckshot Larry, but instead he's hitting the spear. So hey,
I had to dig deep for that one though. So yeah.
See, I knew you would see that commentary experience, man. You know these moves. I knew I had the right person to ask.
I have a couple question marks for moves you might have to identify for me.
Oh boy. The one you were struggling with a few weeks ago with Dylan's submission, that was a side key lock, by the way, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Side key.
Yeah,
Oh,
side
okay.
key lock,
Yeah.
Yes. That was the other one that was on my mind.
Fair enough.
Hey, Devlin watches our show, man. That's true testament.
Occasionally.
That's a true testament, but you knew that moment and you brought it up now. So that means you're a super fan. Don't give me that occasional stuff. You're a number 5-star fan.
If you want me to.
In all honesty, I think our number one fan who I see in our chat most consistently out of wrestlers and stuff like that would have to be Sam Reaper.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. He's had most in chat / on camera appearances, I believe, out of all the wrestlers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next, we have a scramble match for the World Traveling Skywalker Championship between champion Tarzan Duran versus Kid Chaos with Papa Juice versus the Italian Tank with Cowboy Pete was Cowboy Pete with him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was standing with the cowboy hat when he
That's
got
right. Yeah. Versus Showtime, Rich Moya, a newcomer to the PWSA, versus El Vejigante versus Sasaki. As the match begins, Tank challenges all of his competitors, and Vejigante steps up. Veggie gets caught attempting a crossbody, but wiggles free. Vehi hits the ropes, ducks a clothesline, and on the rebound hits a drop kick on Tank, accompanied by simultaneous drop kicks from all other competitors. Showtime hits a kick on Sasaki, taking her out of the ring, and Tarzan also sends Chaos out of the ring with a kick. Showtime and Tarzan attempt to double team Vejigante, but Veggie uses his speed and agility to counter and send Showtime out of the ring. Vehi sends Tarzan out of the ring with a springboard arm drag, and Sasaki enters. Vehi attempts a crucifix pin for a 2. He attempts a sunset flip, but Sasaki stops her momentum and sits straight down on him for a pin attempt. Kid Chaos makes the save, and Vehi and Sasaki roll out as Tank enters. Tank hits the ropes, but is tripped by Tarzan and Showtime from the outside. Showtime enters and gets hit with a sling blade for a 2 count. Showtime hits a springboard back elbow, clearing Chaos out of the ring as Tank enters. Tank hits a running corner splash and a suplex, then a body slam and a splash. He covers, but it's broken up by Sasaki. Everyone else enters the ring, but Tarzan tosses Everyone else enters the ring, and Tarzan tosses Showtime to the outside. Vehi, Chaos, Tarzan, and Sasaki surround Tank and take turns hitting super kicks. Tarzan takes Tank out of the ring with a spinning heel kick. Tarzan reverses a twist of fate from Chaos and rolls him up with a screwdriver. And hits him with a screwdriver. Vehi attempts a roll-up on Tarzan, but Tarzan rolls through. Sasaki sends Tarzan onto the second rope with a head scissor, and Vehi hits a 619, then heads to the top rope and hits a head scissors. Tarzan rolls out, Sasaki hits a huge German suplex on Vehi. Chaos hits a twist of fate on Sasaki, but Sasaki rolls out before Chaos can cover. Tank enters and hits a bubble bomb on Chaos. Showtime enters and chops Tank, but Tank didn't seem to register it. Tank charges Showtime, but Showtime pulls the rope down, sending Tank over the top and to the outside. Tank climbs to the apron, but Showtime hits a running dropkick, sending Tank to the floor. Tarzan and Showtime brawl with all the other competitors down on the outside. Tarzan reverses a suplex and hits Jungle Juice for the 3 count. Tarzan retains the World Traveling Skywalker Championship.
Jungle Juice!
Yeah, that was incredible, honestly.
Yeah. Non-stop action.
I feel like the kind of chaos that we would get normally during a Lucky Scramble, we're now starting to get with the World Traveling Skywalker Scramble, with Tarzan being, the master of ceremonies, the madman himself, who just throws down. Oh, look at that handsome devil right there! And I'm talking about Brian Murphy this time.
Yeah, he is.
Does that say "Rest in Peace, Sam"?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think you're skipping ahead a little bit there, Ginger.
I was skipping ahead to get to the next match when we're ready, and all of a sudden I'm just like, so I'm sorry. We go off the rails.
I was, talking, and I don't even remember what I was saying because I got interrupted. Yet again.
Yeah. So I know I'm going to sound like out of touch with this. What is the lore of the World Traveling Skywalker title, and What differences does it have from the Silver Skywalker title?
So the Traveling Skywalker Championship, if I remember correctly, dates back all the way to the original PWU.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And from there, when everything went the way it did, the belt kind of just continued on its own, and whoever held it got to make the decisions with it.
Okay.
And then eventually it just made its way back home.
Nice. Yeah. Because the last few weeks I've been seeing it's been defended in scramble matches. I think when Tarzan won it, and I'm not sure who we won it from.
Dustin Flash Waller.
Justin Flash Waller. Okay. That's interesting. So, yeah, he won it from him, and then it's been defended in various scrambles, which, side note, you were talking about fantasy booking SPO. A match I just realized I would love to see is Tarzan and Vegigante versus Controlled Chaos.
Oh,
or
yeah.
any combination of those matches.
Wow.
Dude, have you guys seen that clip that's going viral right now of Tarzan and Vegigante from that backyard wrestling match? He did a Hurricane Rana into a body slash pin, and it's viral. Like, there was one post I saw a guy had, it was 13,000 likes, like 200 comments. I'm like, geez. So
that
was
man's
just, like, it's going
crazy. Physics.
Yeah, that blew me away. I was like, what?
Don't know how he does it.
But that would be a killer tag match. Vegigante, Tarzan versus Controlled Chaos. Like, sign me up.
I personally love watching Tank and Kid Chaos, kick ass in there. They were great as per usual. Tank and Tarzan would slap. Their exchange I really loved. Kid Chaos and anything is money.
We don't really get a solo Kid Chaos, so it was nice to see him kind of holding his own. You know, Papa Juice was in the crowd, but Kid Chaos, he was cheerleading. We wound up on a couple clips from from Papa Juice's camera. So
don't let their tag team deceive you. Both Papa Juice and Kid Chaos are both very formidable singles competitors. Papa Juice was even a singles champion at one point.
Okay, we've seen Papa Juice.
Yeah, we've had the honor of having them on this show.
Oh, man, no introductions either then.
Okay, so he doesn't watch that much. All right.
Guys, I'm not that much of a mark, all right? Chill.
We had one more match before intermission. I knew that was coming. We had one more match before intermission, a hybrid rules singles match for the Hybrid World Championship between challenger Sam Reaper with Amadeus and Mother Endless versus champion Feral Face with Skills the Great, escorted to ringside by the Hybrid crew. And then they quickly, left. As the bell rings, Reaper and Face stare each other down. Mother Endless jumps to the apron, yelling at Face, and Face turns around and forces a kiss on her.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Sam uses this opportunity. Where am I?
Forces a kiss.
I know, I just can't find the words. There it is. Sam uses this opportunity to roll Face up for a 2 count. Reaper hits a running clothesline for another 2. Reaper pounds Face into the corner and hits a springboard bulldog for a 2 count. Reaper asks Mother Endless for a weapon. She eventually finds him a crutch, but Face counters his attack with a spear. Not literally a spear, but the move. Face pounds Reaper on the ground and hits a dropkick. Face hits a T-bone suplex and heads outside to search under the ring for a weapon. He finds a chair and hits Reaper with 3 stiff chair shots across the back. Face hits a Samoan drop and wraps Reaper up in a chokehold, but Reaper grabs a chair and fights out. Face rolls to the outside and Reaper climbs the ropes. And as Reaper climbs the ropes, Face recovers and pushes him into the wall. Face hits a spinebuster on the floor and places Reaper on the apron. Moments later, back in the ring, Reaper counters a chair shot with a back elbow to the chair and to the face of Face. Reaper charges, but Face counters into a chokehold. Face breaks the hold and hits 3 sit-out pile drivers and proceeds to choke out Reaper. Feral Face defeats Sam Reaper to retain the Hybrid World Championship.
I mean, have a little bit of decorum. It's not socially acceptable to show videos of a man right before his death, man. Come on.
What are you talking about, man? This is 2026. We want all. Show us all.
And this is Sam Reaper anyway. You know, so
True.
Once,
but yeah, just
twice, 3 times a Reaper. Ouch. And then 3rd time's a charm.
He had a lot of guts for asking for that match, I will say.
Oh, agreed.
Sam Reaper in the chat. I'm still not dead.
How did someone get access to Sam's account? I feel like we need more security on that one.
Posthumously, they usually give the close family like the passwords and stuff. Whoa!
What the hell?
Ah, crap!
How does he keep getting on?
How does he keep getting away with this? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
What are you doing here?
Someone on your team, bro. Someone on your teams. They say they're your boys, but they're not. Just like the wrestling business, Devlin. I know you're young into the game. That's a lesson you got to take right off the bat. That people are gonna lie to your face. They're gonna promise you things, and things ain't gonna come true. No, I came here to apologize. I owe you guys an apology.
For what?
The show last week, did not go great for me, even though, Face was successful as we just saw, and Alex Vera killed it. I was just a little disappointed with how things played out, to be honest with you. I promised you guys, we were gonna do television, because that's what I was told, that we're doing television at PWU. I'm sorry, is the television in the room with us? Because I'm trying to do good professional wrestling, and it's hard to do good professional wrestling when there's no good professional wrestlers on the other side of it. Pro wrestling's a dance. You got to have someone to dance with, and we don't got no one to dance with. We're just stepping over everybody there, isn't it? Isn't that the case?
I don't know. It seems like Don Montoya came out and kind of put you guys in check on Friday night.
Put the camera back on me.
Right?
Yeah, put it back on me. I don't know what happened with that. Honestly, I was already checked out. I was already upset. I go to watch the replay. You can't even hear me in the first part of it. You're playing Robbie Illuminati's music twice over. What's going on over there? Huh? What's that about? And then Amadeus comes out, interrupts me, and he has his head so far up his ass, he's looking the other way, and he's talking to Rob when he should have been talking to me. So once again, being disrespected. Now, I want to tell you guys something here, and this is very hard for me to say, and it's kind of personal, but I want to be honest with you guys. You guys have been great to me, and I want to be fully transparent. I came to PWU to help the younger guys, get ready for that next step. Like I said, I always hear we're trying to do TV. We're trying to get these guys ready for television. And I look at the guys like Nigel Carter, Malik Machiavelli. I look at the younger guys like Nigel Carter, I look at the younger guys like Nigel Carter, Malik Machiavelli, Devlin Ridley, Sam Reaper, and I wanted to help them get ready to go to a place that actually does produce television and gets guys actually ready for television. A place like Wrestling Open, where you could be anything that you want, because I've seen them take a young black kid from Bristol, Connecticut, and make him into a Japanese superstar. I've seen him take a pasty teenager from New Jersey and make him a cowboy. And I saw two brothers, go through 1, 2, 3, 4 different iterations until they finally found themselves, the Backseat Boys. And I bet I am willing to bet that if you ask them who got them to where they are, it wasn't Johnny Cashmere. It was the love. It was the care. It was the compassion and the monetary compensation that Wrestling Open gave them. And I come to PWU to try to help these guys and get them to that point. And, you're probably asking, Jay George, if you love Wrestling Open so much, why don't you go back? I can't go back. I'm damaged goods. And that's what's going to happen to these guys, that if you stay at PWU for so long, you'll be damaged goods just like me. And to be honest with you, to be completely honest with you, I don't deserve to go back. I don't deserve to be forgiven for the immature behavior that I showed Drew Cordero. I don't deserve to go back for the stupid, insensitive remarks that I made to my dear Uncle Paul. But there's still hope for these young guys. And I just want them to go to this place that's a promised land. All right? Because for me, it's done. I'm hurt. I'm a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. I'm a mutilated freak. I can't be on television. I'm not good enough to be on television. But that's why we got hybrid wrestling. That's why we got the Hamiltons. And that's why we're trying to bring as many people as we can, because hybrid wrestling is what's going to give these guys that opportunity to stand out, to shine. The matches that are going to put them on the map, just like they did for me with Vandal 48. Just like we're doing with Face, who's taking on Matt Tremont next week. All right? And then talking to me about, oh, we're trying to do television. We're trying to do fuck television. Oh, I want to be on television so bad. Oh, yeah, so that my entrance can play during a Honey Nut Cheerios commercial. That's what you want? Oh, I'm on TV. Look at me, I'm on TV in the middle of a trailer for Scary Movie 6. Right? That's what these people want. Fuck television. We're not doing television. Hybrid wrestling's we're the real underground. You know what I'm saying? Fuck television. I don't care about doing this for the money. I don't give a fuck about the money. This is what I think about it right here.
Wait, I want that 100.
No, I don't give a fuck about it. You want it? Go get it. Go get it.
I can't jump.
I'm burning all of this shit down. I'm burning all of it down to the ground, as far as I'm concerned. With PWU, oh, we're doing television. Well, guess what? I'm canceling your stupid fucking television show. How about that? No more television for you guys. We're going to take this shit back to the underground. Independent wrestling. That's what hybrid wrestling is. You feel me? You get what I'm putting down?
So then what's hybrid planning on doing next?
So listen, check this out. June 5th. All right, June 5th, we got Face. Match Ramon. Ginger, you got the graphics? Can you put them up? You probably didn't even get the graphics. God forbid we try to. Oh, look at that. Good boy. Look at that. Matt Tremont against Feral Face. A man that represents New Jersey. A man that held the underground independent professional wrestling scene for the past 15 years. Who gave his body, his blood to this business. Matt Tremont against the Feral Face. That's a match I want to see. I know you guys want to see it, right?
Yeah, but aren't you rooting for Face to retain, though, because he's your hybrid brother?
Of course, Face will retain it, but still, this is what I'm talking about. This is my point. The man who's on top of the world right now, wrestling in GCW, the ultra-violent champion, Matt Tremont, he's coming down because of hybrid wrestling. Because he wants to work with hybrid wrestling, not PWU. What else do we got? We got Alex Rivera. Do you got that graphic too, boy, or no?
I'm getting it up right now. Give me one moment.
Yeah. Alex Rivera. Do you guys know about his match? Do you want me to announce it, or do you want to see the graphic first?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I saw the graphic for it yet.
You can take me back here. You can put me. I want to see everyone's faces. I want to see the looks on your faces when we show this graphic. I'm back. This is a team effort. Well, unfortunately, you got me back here, and I have to see Devlin Ridley's smug face there. Well, I heard you talking about me before.
Mutual feelings.
Hey, look at this. Connor Claxton, another
Wow.
independent wrestling legend taking on my boy Alex Rivera. That's a match I want to see. What about you guys?
Well, I've got one
Hell yeah.
question. Like, clearly this is going to be a hybrid match, right? So that anything goes.
Yeah, man, why not? It's Connor Claxton. The wrench. You guys know about that? The wrench. He comes out
Well,
with
the last time we saw him, he dumped out a bag of tacks, right? And that
Well, the
was
last time we saw him, he
let's
also
get to it.
came out to the ring and said, "I don't know what you think, but this is now an anything goes match."
Sure,
Very
whatever,
true.
dude. Hey, listen, check this out too. I got one more thing for you. I got to tell you, I was feeling very rejuvenated a couple months ago. And you guys saw it firsthand because I had the biggest match that I've had in a long time in my career, a match that I didn't realize I needed so badly. Who was that match against? The Vandal 48. And you got to ask yourself, I was sitting there like a fool, and this is what I'm telling you, Devlin. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm trying to warn you about. I'm sitting in there like a fool thinking, oh, man, PWU, these guys really looked out for me, you know, because I ain't had nowhere to go, and they got me this big match. And then I realized, I was like, wait a minute. They didn't have nothing to do with that match. That was hybrid wrestling. They were the ones that suggested the match. They're the ones that got that match paid for. And I felt so alive, you know, that day at the Collective, at the Horseshoe in Las Vegas, and I want more. I want more of that because I'm always chasing that high. Devlin, that's another thing you're going to realize in wrestling, brother. Once you get a taste of it, you're always going to be chasing that high. You're always going to be after it. So I want more. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm not done with the Vandal 48, not by a long shot. I wanted Atticus Kogar one-on-one, and I know that's a match that you boys have been wanting to see, yes or no? Huh?
Of course. I mean, you know, we all saw those bamboo sticks sticking out of your forehead at Midnight Express, man, and you still fought on valiantly with those bitches hanging out of your head. So, you know, I mean, you showed us
one
what
leg.
you can throw down. On one leg, yeah.
One leg.
Yeah, no, you threw down like crazy in that match, so I definitely want to see more
I'm
of that.
thinking, though, I'm not done with those boys.
No.
Because first of all, fuck Ohio. I'm sorry if you guys are from the Cleveland area, from Columbus.
Jersey represent.
Jersey.
Devin, you look a little offended. What are you, fucking from Ohio or something now?
No, I just had to listen to everything you were saying.
Yeah. Okay.
PWU.
Look, listen. You got to be a good young boy and take advice from the vet when he's giving it to you, boy. I'm dropping free knowledge for you.
I understand, but yeah.
I'm not done. Hey, I'm not done talking, and I'm not done with Vandal 48. So what I suggested, I said, give me Atticus one-on-one. Couldn't happen. And I said, okay, give me the brother, Otis Kogar, that sick son of a bitch. And if he wants to bring that razor blade, I'll fuck it. And I'll take it. And I'll shove it up his fucking ass. He's hurt. He can't do the match. Christian can't hurt. He's hurt. Can't do the match. So now they got this new guy, Zach Thomas. So that's who I'll be facing June 5th. You got a graphic for that or no?
That one I do not have a graphic for.
What the hell?
This is what I'm talking about, bro. They don't want to see me win. Who told you? Who told you they didn't have the graphic ready? Was it that bitch Tommy Grayson? Huh? Thinks he's hot shit running around with the fucking clown posse? Is that it? I know he's got a big title match.
I happened to catch the announcement of the first one, and then came across the second one when you asked for it, but I do not have the third one.
I don't give a shit, dude. Tommy, this one's out to you, my brother. You and JP, you've got the big match for the SPO tag titles. That's this week, correct?
Yes. They do have a big tag team championship match.
It's the biggest match of the career. Show that graphic. The boys against the Freak the Mighty.
Yeah.
I mean, and not just that. You have Tommy Grayson taking on Billboard Billy Gold for the SPL championship.
Oh, good for him. Bully for him.
And Justified JP Grayson getting a rematch for the PWU championship.
He doesn't deserve it.
Hey, boys, maybe next week, and by next week's time, the Backseat Boys will have the SPO tag titles with them, and then they'll be able to get the other titles back. Maybe, right? But I would hate, if I were them, to have somebody ruin their match and get them disqualified. Wouldn't
Yeah,
that suck?
that'd be such a
Wouldn't that
terrible
be
thing
bad?
to happen. Oh, that'd be the worst.
It would be horrible.
I mean,
Don't fuck with me, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what they don't understand. I know they're supposed to be the heels and they're the bad guys. Those boys are PWU through and through, right? That's the thing. They're hiding. They're trying to act like they're above it right now. But when push comes to shove and hybrid gets in their face, are they going to be in Team Hybrid? Not by a fucking long shot, bro. Those boys are loyal to Johnny Cashmere till the end, just like Robbie might be, just like he might be. And I'm still waiting to hear from him because I don't know where his head's at. I know where the Graysons' head's at. I know where the Graysons' head's at. I know where their head's at. I know how those boys think. All right, and they're fucking disgraceful, unappreciative punks. All right, because all of that success and all of this they're having isn't because of Johnny. All right, it's because they had the goodness and the graciousness of Wrestling Open, and they turned their backs on them and they spit on them to come here and PWU and to try to do their own television. We're doing television. Fuck their television show. Fuck their television show. All right? It's hybrid wrestling. That's what it is. And that's what it's going to be June 5th. And that's what it's going to be beyond and so on in the future and all of that. You get it. I'm running out of steam here. I don't know.
Does it count as television if it's online streaming?
Bro, television's dead. Television's dead, bro. What are we talking about?
Well, you keep saying get ready for television, but like television's dead. So why do you keep saying get ready for television or get ready for streaming?
What are we talking about? Monday Night Raw is on Netflix, is it not? That's a streaming service. What are we talking about? This is television. No, the fuck it's not. Because if it was television, bro, my shit would have been nice and tight, bro. That would have come out. You would have been able to hear the words coming out of my mouth. The cameras would not have been not color graded and mismatched. You know what I'm saying? If this were television. You know what, Devlin Ridley, you would have been able to go home and you would have been able to stop at Wawa and got yourself a nice sandwich with your television paycheck, but it's fucking not. All right? It's independent wrestling. Call it what it is. Why be ashamed of it? I'm not. We're the underground, bro. That's what hybrid wrestling's all about. It's the truth. It's reality. We're the fucking underground. I can curse here, right? I can say the F words all I want because I'm not on television. I'm not on TV. That's why. Because this isn't television. Oh, we want to do television. Where? What channel? When I broke into this business, all I would hear, hey guys, every other show I would do, hey guys, in the locker room meeting, they would go, hey guys, we're going to get a television deal soon. And all these dumb marks would have these like big wide-eyed expression. Oh, gee golly, I can't wait to be on television. Where? What channel? Who's going to be watching it? Focus on what you got to focus on, bro. Talking about television. What? That shit's dead. It's done. Make a fucking TikTok video, bro. What are you talking about? Nobody has attention for that. Are you kidding me? And I'm going to keep this short, right? Because when you guys clip it and play it on the show, I want people to actually watch it. So let's just stop it here, all right? Because we're not doing television. We're on the fucking internet. That's what we're doing. We're just going to tell it like it is. All right, make this like an Instagram reel. I'm going to make it vertical. I'm going to add some captions. People see it that way. They're not going to go and put on their smart television and flick on channel 3500 to watch me fucking rant and rave about nothing, okay? Because it's not television. Oh, we're going to get these guys ready for television. Have you seen the locker room? Who's going to be on television? Not at PWU. They're not going to be on television. That's what I'm saying. Let me take these guys. Let me get them ready so they could go if that's what they want. If that's what you want, if you want to live under this illusion that one day I'll be on television, if that's what you want, I will give it to you. I will help you get there. And I will text my dear Uncle Paul and say, you got to check out this kid. He's fantastic. You can get him ready for television. Okay? But not PWU, because if you stay there for too long, you're going to end up like me with a whole mountain, a whole heap, a whole load of emotional baggage, and then you're going to be damaged goods. No one's going to want you because you're going to have a bad attitude, and you're going to be all scarred up, and you're going to be all withered and wasted away because you wasted your time listening to a bunch of fucking pretenders thinking that there's something that they're not. All right? When I am nothing, I am nothing but truth. And that's all I'm giving you guys. And that's all I have for you. Oh, thank you very much.
Wow. Just wow.
Hey, Devlin, just to kind of backtrack a little bit about what he said, what is your ideal Wawa hoagie order?
Wow. Wait.
Chicken parm.
Wait
Also,
to bury the last 25 minutes, by the way. Just to make that clear. You just buried everything in one question.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Tracy,
but
I don't care. I know he left the stream.
Yeah.
I know he left the stream. I don't think in his fit of rage that Jay George realized that the match between Freak the Mighty and the Graysons was actually for the PWU tag titles and not the SPO tag titles. And he can hop back on. He can correct me. He can be upset and all. But he's just jaded. That's all that is. He's just frustrated because things didn't work out for him, and now he's hitched himself to a company who wants to burn PWU to the ground. And I get it. You're upset. There are healthy ways to vent. Yeah, same shit. I get it. This ain't the way, brother. This ain't the way. You'll find that out soon enough.
But second week in a row now, just the interruption and the venting of former PWU tag team champion Jay George, who has shown his allegiance is the hybrid. And it seems like his allegiance has been the hybrid since Vegas.
Yeah.
Who's giving him the wink?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, for real.
It wasn't me.
You sure about that?
Oh, I need that sound clip.
Yeah, you absolutely do. That's one of my favorite shows of all time.
The only thing that at the moment, and I'm kind of glad this happened because I added a new sound clip today, and all I could think was hitting this the entire time.
Emotional damage.
Oh my God.
Well, serious.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, listen, Jay George, whenever he stops in, he always comes in, and he comes in on fire. And, man, he has some shit to say, and he made sure it was known.
And in this case, if you're $100 bill, he means that literally.
Yeah, I was pissed about that. I could use that 100.
Yeah, right.
He never went and put it out either. It probably burned on his carpet.
Breaking news: pro wrestler's home burns down, cutting the promo of his career.
But
oh my God, that was great.
Look, I didn't mean like that.
But again, this is one of those situations, and I'll say the same thing I said last week, that walking into that building kind of had my head on a swivel, right? Kind of turning around because you don't know anymore.
Especially now that you're a rep, you can be swayed.
Yeah.
Hey, don't hey, we've gone through it on this show, questioning my integrity.
We can liken him. Hopefully one day we don't liken him to that of Crooked Craig Prendergast.
Hey, just like the $1 Million Man, everybody's got a price.
But I will even say this past Saturday, as I am skipping forward a bit, I did referee the main event of Fighting for Lindenwold, which was Amadeus versus Alex Rivera. There was moments of just in the back of my head that he could turn and come at me at any time.
Did Skills slip you a 20?
Because I'm not wearing a hybrid wrestling referee shirt. No, I'm wearing a PWSA referee shirt.
Did Skills slip you a 20?
No.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we still have half a card to get through.
But yeah, I just wanted to react to that real quick. That we had a good 15-20 minute rant with some also breaking news as well. Which as soon as it was mentioned, A mystery person sent me this for Connor Claxton and Alex Rivera.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
it's
the same
crazy.
person who sent J. George the link to the stream. As the arena is reset, we have intermission.
Intermission.
That was a crazy first half.
Yeah, right?
Will we be
Yeah,
getting a second
seriously.
J. George promo for the second half of this show?
Same
Usually
thing.
we're wrapping up by now, to be honest, but we even knew before that this was going to be a bit of a longer show because of
So
how
sorry,
much we
guys.
still have to go through. But let's get to it. What was it? The Silver Skywalker Championship?
Coming back from intermission, we have a rematch for the Silver Skywalker Championship between challenger Twitch versus champion Declan Grant. Last week, Declan attacked Twitch as he was making his way to the ring and got a quick victory. This time, Declan enters first, and before Twitch can make it to the ring, they start brawling. Declan whips Twitch into the wall, but Twitch parkours into a flying clothesline. Twitch tosses Declan into the ring and enters, and the bell rings to officially start the match. Twitch hits a pair of running uppercuts in the corner and drops Declan with a clothesline. Twitch hits a pair of shining wizards, and Declan rolls onto the apron. Declan hits a shoulder block, Declan hits a shoulder block and flips over Twitch into the ring and hits a running boot to the face. Declan hits a suplex for a 2 count. Both competitors exchange strikes and fight into the corner. They take turns delivering corner attacks until Twitch reverses a whip to the opposite corner. Twitch charges but is met by a boot from Declan. Declan hits a back suplex for a 2. After a back and forth exchange of strikes, Declan hits a Death Valley driver for a 2 count. Declan attempts to set Twitch up for his finisher, but Twitch fights out. They exchange more strikes and then running attacks, They exchange more strikes and then running attacks, with Twitch laying out Declan with a rebound clothesline. Moments later, both competitors make it to their feet. Man, that's so hard to say over and over again. Twitch hits a pair of running attacks, then a big forearm in the corner. Twitch hits a snap suplex for a 2 count. Declan makes it to his knees, and Twitch hits a series of kicks. Declan finally ducks one and attempts a half Nelson chokehold, but Twitch tosses him over his shoulder. Declan avoids a running attack in the corner and hits a big clothesline. Declan hits an air raid crash for a 2. Twitch reverses a pile driver into a victory roll for a 2 and then hits a drop kick for a 2. Declan reverses a neck breaker into a waist lock, but Twitch turns toward the rope using Declan's momentum to send him to the outside. Twitch runs the ropes for a dive, but he's cut short by Declan's fist. Twitch spills to the outside and Declan hits a DDT on the floor. Declan enters the ring and Twitch just beats the 10 count. Twitch makes it to his feet and Declan hits him with a low blow for the DQ. Twitch defeats Silver Skywalker champion Declan Grant by disqualification.
Yet does not get the title, which is some BS, but also at the same time, like, listen, I know we have somebody on the panel right now who's gunning after that belt, but I've been kind of enjoying Declan Grant's run of tyranny to a degree. Because you know how I feel about dirty fighters, and when it comes to not finishing the match, like, you're a wrestler, finish the match. Stop being a little bitch, finish the match. But Declan Grant seems to love taking the assisted route or the cheap route. You know what I mean? And it's one thing that I definitely know will happen in any forward-moving title matches. Is he's just going to be that guy that fights dirty. He's got that crown. He's the grimy bastard.
Which is going to make him infinitely harder to take the belt off of, because at any opportunity, if it's a regular rules match, he can just get disqualified.
So then that means that the only way to dethrone him is to take him on in a hardcore match or some kind of match where there are no rules.
No, I'm not saying or insinuating anything, but wouldn't it be a great way to have a first hardcore match?
Oh, absolutely.
Declan, if you're watching this, brother, Next time I see you in the ring, I'll be
sleep
bringing
on
my
that.
own plastic bags.
Oh, damn. Oh,
All right.
damn. Well, you know
Anyways,
what?
continue, gentlemen.
It might be past his bedtime, but, you know. Oof. Okay, yeah. I'd love to see that match. Come on.
Or even funnier, how about a match where the only weapons that are legal are plastic bags, and the first person to get the plastic bag over their opponent's head wins? That's creative.
I actually, I was hoping that him and Twitch were going to have a plastic bag match, but it never came to fruition. So
Yeah.
the fact that you're saying it here and now, I feel like we could, you know, hopefully we can
Maybe.
get the internet thumbs at hand and might have to do some work to
Well, also,
see what we
Declan
can
and
do.
Twitch isn't over.
Oh, absolutely. But Devlin Ridley and Declan Grant started before Twitch,
Oh, yeah.
and that's far from over, especially after comments made tonight by our guest.
Yeah, I just love to revisit that. And also, hey, I love to see if Twitch can get the job done. I'll be watching.
There we go. Hell yeah. All right, so what's next up on the card there, BJ?
Next, we have a
Sorry
single
about that.
between Alex Rivera with Jay George, Mike Hamilton, Mike Jr., Feral Face, and Skills the Great versus Boom Harden. This one started slow with both competitors grappling to a stalemate. The intensity picked up as both competitors exchanged chops. Alex takes advantage with an eye rake and hits a pair of chops in the corner. Boom avoids a charge in the corner and hits a trio of arm drags and then a drop kick, sending Alex out of the ring. Boom jumps to the apron for an attack, but Skills gets in the way. Boom boots Skills out of the way and hits a cannonball on Alex, but it has no effect. Alex works over Boom on the outside and tosses him into the ring. Alex chokes Boom on the ropes, and as the ref backs Alex away, Face hits Boom with a forearm shot that the ref clearly saw.
Bless you.
Moments later, Alex hits something for a 2 count. Alex hits a snap suplex, then applies a chokehold. Boom fights out and then hits the ropes, but his attacks are avoided and Alex hits a Michinoku driver for a 2. Moments later, Alex sets up Boom seated on the top rope for a superplex, but Boom fights him off and hits a top rope missile dropkick. Both competitors exchange strikes from their knees to a standing position. Both competitors hit running attacks, and Boom gains control with a series of strikes and hits a bulldog for a 2 count. Alex fights out of a fisherman driver, slaps Boom, and locks in a chokehold. Boom fights out and lifts Alex for a rolling senton for a 2. Skills jumps to the apron and distracts the ref, as well as Boom turns back around to receives a headbutt to the chest. Alex hits a Saito suplex and pummels the back of Boom until the ref calls for the bell. Alex Rivera defeats Boom Harden by ref stoppage. After the match, the hybrid crew enters the ring and continues to beat down on the defenseless Boom Harden. Don Montoya and a small army of referees break it up, and Don Montoya tells the hybrid crew to leave and threatens them with suspensions and stripping belts.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, here's the deal. You know, I'm kind of on the cusp on this one, and I know it's interesting because I'm normally rooting against Alex Rivera. However, in this match here, I kind of was favoring Rivera over Boom. I don't know what it is about Boom, but, you know, lately he's been kind of losing his zeal and appeal for me. And, you know, when I saw that he was taking on Alex Rivera, I was kind of like, all right, dude, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like, I found myself rooting for Rivera this time around. And I know previously I wasn't, but listen, you can't deny the talent. You can't deny the force that is Alex Rivera. That dude is a beast in the ring. He's bringing in that sheer size and that just anger and that vengeance, and he's just ready to take apart whoever gets in his way.
Yeah. I will say I didn't expect to get cold feet on Boom. I think he's very talented. Alex, though, when I wrestle him, I know I'm going to get this version of Alex. But man, would I have loved, what I would give to wrestle the Alex that wrestled in that tournament last year.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely, dude.
That would have been great. Also, side note, how does Boom constantly wrestle in jeans? That's what I want to know.
and
You know,
like
I try
tight
to, like,
jeans too, like not like baggy, loose. No, like
Mhm.
tight jeans.
Like, do you understand how
Yeah.
resilient you have to be to wrestle a full match against someone like Alex Rivera wearing jeans? Like, that is incredible. Like, I was teaming with Boom Harden in that 6-man tag, and I'm listening to him, like, before the match, like, shadow wrestling himself, and I'm watching him in the ring. I'm like, God, thank God I'm not wrestling this guy. I would rather be on his team. But yeah.
Well, I felt like, Friday night, Rivera had the upper hand, like 90% of the match. I felt like he was really just beating down Boom, and Boom had a couple of good spots in that match, but overall just couldn't get the muster to overpower the Latin shooter.
Mhm. Well, Alex does also have things 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the outside.
Yeah, but how often did we truly see them get involved in that match? I mean, during what, 1 or 2 spots before they destroyed them at the end?
That is true.
Twice. Skills on the
Twice.
apron and face getting his shot in while the ref's back was turned, but the ref clearly saw it.
See, like, I know Boom has a lot of allies at the Pro Wrestling Star
Oh,
Academy.
3 times. The finish also.
Yeah. Why didn't he have people out there along the ring? Like, that's something that you had mentioned earlier, Devlin, when you said if you were to take on the Feral Face, you would bring out people with you because he's not coming out alone.
Mhm.
So like something like this with Boom, you would think he would come out with his own Star Academy army, but he came out alone in this match, and his only saving grace was Don Montoya threatening everyone.
Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know. I have to have a chat with Wrath of the Wicked before next week.
Yeah, because right there, that is a powerhouse stable. Love them or hate them, Wrath of the Wicked. Shoo.
And they all bring something different to the table.
Right.
Exactly.
Amadeus brings experience. Sam Reaper brings youth.
Hamlet brings strength and size.
Bones brings witchcraft. And Mother Endless
Chaos.
is Mother Endless.
Yeah, she just brings it all together.
All right.
Oh, man.
What's next up on the dossier there, good sir?
Our penultimate match of the night was a rematch from last week between Mikey G versus last week's guest on this show, Sam Adams. Both competitors circle the ring before locking up. Sam Adams hits an arm drag and struts. They lock up again, and again, Sam Adams hits an arm drag. As Mikey reaches in to tie up again, Adams slaps him. Mikey reverses a slam and hits a hip toss. Mikey fires up and hits a series of strikes, sending Adams out of the ring.
Jesus Christ, dude. That boy can fly. I'm sorry to cut you off, BJ, but he just played the clip and he cleared that rope by like a foot.
Mikey hits a beautiful dive to the outside on Adams. Mikey works over Adams and seats him right in front of Pete and myself and hits a shot to Adams' head. Here it is. There we are. There's me in the red hat. With the sunglasses on.
Hey, be grateful it wasn't a chop this time.
No. And, yeah, he didn't have to get out of the way. We would have been fine, But, yeah. And hits a shot to Adams' head, but Adams stops Mikey's momentum with a thumb to the eye. They trade strikes on the apron until Adams avoids a running attack and sends Mikey headfirst into the ring post. And that, we don't have the sound on, that rang out.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, it
heard
did.
skull hit post.
Yeah. Well, sorry to cut you off, but a common pet peeve of mine is when people, like when someone bumps on the apron and they're like, oh, it's the hardest part of the ring. And I see this and I'm like, no, the ring post is right there. So if
That
you
is
ever
true.
hear me saying the second hardest part of the ring on commentary, you know why.
Thanks for the
Fair
clarity.
enough. Adams returns to the ring and helps Mikey in with a suplex from the apron. Mikey counters a running corner attack, but Adams counters the counter and hits a rope-assisted backstabber for a 2 count. 3! 3! Adams hits a huge second rope double axe handle. I will rule you! And then hits a huge clothesline for a 2 count. 3! 3! Adams places Mikey on the apron and gives him a couple slaps, but Mikey fights back. They trade strikes until Adams attempts a suplex, but Mikey fights out and hits a slingshot spinning neckbreaker for a 2. Mikey hits a Superman punch, a super kick, then a spinning wheel kick, and finishes the combo with a spinning something for a 2 count.
The spinning something, the deadliest move in all professional wrestling.
Also known as a spinning question mark. Mikey attempts a springboard cutter, but Adams sees it coming and moves out of the way. This was hilarious, by the way, that moment.
So good.
I gotta clip that. I have that in my footage.
What, him yelling 2 over and over again?
No. Him avoiding Mikey's springboard cutter.
Yeah, you just see Mikey just springboard, just like, ah, just fall flat on his ass.
It was almost like the Samoa Joe nope spot.
Yeah.
I will say, you'll ever hear the Muppets parody of Drowning Pool Let the Bodies Hit the Floor? I can count to 4. That's what was going through my mind when Sam Adams was yelling 3, 3 over again. It's like, you're trying to count to 4. You're so close. And then he says 2, 2. And I'm like, no, other direction. Yeah.
Adams hits the jawbreaker and a snapmare driver and covers, but Mikey gets his foot on the bottom rip before 2. As Adams argues with the ref, Mikey recovers and hits a springboard cutter for a 2. Mikey works over Adams in the corner, but Adams takes him down for a pin attempt. The ref is quick to notice Adams' foot on the top rope and stops his count. 3! 3! Adams pushes the ref to the mat and attempts another snapmare driver, but Mikey reverses it into a backslide for the 3 count. Mikey G defeats Sam Adams by pinfall.
See, Devlin, you had mentioned that the triple threat tag team match was your match of the night.
Yeah.
For me, this was my match of the night. We had the rookie versus the veteran. We had incredible spots. We had high velocity action. Like, I was truly blown away by the chemistry of these two in the ring, but also just how hungry Mikey G is to get up to that next level, because we see him just pushing himself further, harder and faster every week. And when he does that body splash over the ropes, like, I know I interrupted BJ, but holy shit. Like, my man gets height, he gets air. It's awesome to see the progress that he's made from watching his debut match to where he's at now, wrestling like veterans like Sam Adams, who, like BJ mentioned, we had him on the podcast last week, and that man is full of knowledge. And this was an incredible match, and I can't wait for what's next to come.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's next to come, which will be the first match we talk about when we preview this week's show.
That's why I didn't want to say anything. But here we go. 1-1.
We're wrestling again, folks.
The rubber
They're
band.
1-1.
Just to put that out there.
Yeah, amazing match. I would also agree. My match of the night.
I can understand.
Tag was dope, but no, this one.
If that triple threat tag wasn't on the same card, like, then it would have easily been that. But this was just, there was something about this match that there was just that wrestling energy that just truly like hooked.
And I actually had the fortune of being able to spar with Mikey G during one of my training sessions at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy.
Hell yeah.
That kid's figuring it out.
Absolutely.
I'm not a small dude, but his kicks were finding my head. And he's pretty fast and agile. So he just gotta, figure out what he can do best, and then make each one of those a perfect 10 out of 10. So,
oh yeah,
he's definitely got a lot of potential.
Yes, and
find the it.
foreshadowing for the next show we'll talk about, but he is also very talented going up against the best of them.
Indeed.
Agreed.
Our main event was a tag team match for the PWU tag team titles between, sorry, and let me just say, this is a long one. So much happened.
We just got Cliff Notes version of this.
Well, you know where I got to go real quick.
Tag team titles between challengers state champs David Moses and 30 Greta, and be right back. And champions Freak the Mighty, SPO champion Billboard Bill Gold, and PWU champion Pat Dynamite. Sal and Pat start this one, but Pat quickly tags Billboard Bill in. They lock up, and Billy shoves Sal across the ring. They lock up again with the same result. Sal hits a pair of flying shoulder tackles, but they do more damage to him than Bill. Moses hands Sal a football, and Sal charges into Billy again with no better results. Billy hits the ropes and hits a shoulder tackle, causing a fumble that was quickly recovered by Moses. Billy hits multiple championship chops and a couple running corner attacks, but Sal eventually evades and knocks Billy into the corner with a shoulder tackle. Tag to Moses. Moses hits a clothesline in the corner and tags Sal back in. Moses takes Billy down with a snapmare, and Sal holds Billy in place for a kick from Moses. Moses drops Sal on Billy for a 2 count. Assisted senton, I believe that was. Billy fights to his feet and tags Pat Dynamite. They hit a double clothesline, and Pat climbs Billy for a double splash for a 2 count. Pat hits a snapmare and then a missile drop kick to the back for a 2 count. Pat attempts the rock and rave, but Sal counters, and unbeknownst to Pat, tags Moses. Sal and Pat grapple until Moses sneaks up on Pat and hits him with a forearm to the back for a 2 count. Moses works over Dynamite and pushes him to the corner. Sal tags in, and they hit a football-themed assisted shoulder tackle on Pat. Moses tags back in and hits a series of strikes and then a butterfly suplex for a 2 count. Moses locks in a chokehold and whips Pat into the corner. Tag to Sal, who whips Moses into Pat, only to eat a boot. Pat avoids Moses and tries to crawl through Sal's legs for the tag, but Sal stops him short. Pat pushes Sal, who tabletops over Moses, and Pat gets the hot tag to Billboard Billy Gold. Billy hits a clothesline on each opponent, then back elbows on each opponent, then quarter splashes on each opponent. Billy avoids a charging Sal and tosses him into Moses in the corner. He hits them with a splash, and then hits Sal with a discus forearm for a 2. Sal counters a billboard slam and hits a chop. Bleh. Sal counters a billboard slam and hits a chop block. Moses tags in, and he and Sal hit double punches, then push Billy into the corner and tag Sal. Sal hits a chop on Billy and then takes him down with a snapmare. Sal works over Billy's leg and whips him into the corner, but Billy knocks Moses off the apron with a forearm. Billy avoids a splash in the corner and makes his way to Pat for a tag. Billy hesitates, which allows Sal to pull him back into the corner. Sal hits a back elbow and tags Moses. Moses hits a flying elbow in the corner, and then he lifts Billy up for an assisted powerbomb for a 2 count. Moses, that was like a powerbomb backdrop kind of thing. It looked amazing. Moses and Sal toss Billy into the corner and seat him on the top rope. Billy fights them off and takes both of them out with a... Yeah, Billy Gold fights them off and takes both of them out with a second rope crossbody.
Yeah, that was bonkers, dude. Like,
yeah.
Billy!
Hot tag to
Yeah, I was certainly not ready for that.
Pat hits running corner knees on each opponent, sending Sal out of the ring. Moses reverses a whip, sending Pat into the corner and charges, but Pat stops him with a trio of kicks. Billy tags in, and they hit a ripcord clothesline / German suplex combo. Billy covers, but it's broken up by Sal. Billy charges Sal, but Sal evades and sends him to the outside. Sal and Moses hit a headbutt suplex combo on Pat, sending him out of the ring. Billy re-enters and chops both opponents and hits the ropes, but state champs hit a double spear. They cover Billy, but Pat makes the save with a top rope elbow drop. As they return to their feet, both teams pair off and exchange strikes. Freak the Mighty gets the better of the exchange, sending Sal out of the ring. Pat hits a dive onto Sal as Billy hits the billboard slam on Moses. Pat tags in and hits the rock and rave for the 3 count. Freak the Mighty retain the PWU tag team titles over state champs. After the match, a video plays of the backseats challenging Freak the Mighty for the titles next week. Freak the Mighty each gets on the mic and diss the backseats. Fiend.
Fear the Mighty would be if Sam Reaper ever joined Freak the Mighty in the three-way.
I can play that video package real quick of what the backseat said. Anybody?
I mean, I don't really need to see any more of the backseats than I already need to. So, like, that's totally your call as the namesake of the cast, but I could care less.
We know what they're going for. We know that they're challenging for the SPO tag titles, or the PWU tag titles. My apologies. And Jay George was kind of right about that.
Hey, my name's JP Grayson. Look at me. I think I got a six-pack going on. Look at me. I'm so handsome. And look, I'm Tommy. I'm what everybody calls me, the bitch brother. Everybody calls me that for some reason. I don't know why. Why do they call me that?
Say what one more time.
Boo.
It looks like they could use a burrito. Where's Tara with some dollar bills?
Yeah, right. I'm so glad that Billy and Pat are covering up that right there. If only we could have it on both sides.
Is it going to be a great match?
Yep, and then Pat's calling for the mic to respond.
Well, just so you know, we have no audio, so I don't know if you're playing this with like the backseats promo. That's why I was overdubbing it because there was no audio.
Well, you dubbing it was entertaining.
In the backseat with you weirdos.
Yeah.
I don't know what time y'all are on, but it's not Freak the Mighty time. Y'all talk about that's not even a real team name. At least we came up with ours by ourselves.
Oh.
You know, the backseat boys, you talk a whole lot of game for a couple of guys who every time they step to Freak the Mighty, their shoulders are on the mat for the 1, 2, 3. And I'll tell you something else. Pat Dynamite beat JP Grayson to become your PWU World Heavyweight Champ. Woo-wee! I'll tell you what, when me and Pat Dynamite face them in a tag team match, you're going to see us with these tag belts. When Pat Dynamite beats JP again, you're going to see him with that World Championship belt.
That's right. Drop that title, Billy.
Bitch-ass brother Tommy Grayson, I will still be your SPO Heavyweight Champ because that's gold. That's Billboard Billy Gold.
JP Grayson, you can get your rematch anytime you want. Because when Dynamite blows up, they don't get up.
Yeah, you stopped it when I started the backseat bitches chant. Now, listen, like, Billy Gold, man, that dude's recovery. He dropped the belt, but guess what? He rebounded, picked up his title, and just destroyed Tommy Grayson further. Like, that dude is going places. That man is destined for greatness.
Yeah, he's generally so fun to watch wrestle.
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
We will be seeing him Friday night, Saturday night, as well as Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday afternoon, evening.
That's right. I forgot Mawa's Saturday, right?
Yes.
Oh, damn. We got another packed weekend. 'Tis that time of the month.
Triple header.
Triple header. Son of a merch.
What's the event on Sunday?
PWU.
Oh, yes. I thought that was the week after. My apology.
Yeah. Get with the times there, Devlin.
The following week is Ladies Night.
'Cause it's Ladies Night and the feel is right. So, yeah.
A lot of good stuff coming up.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, overall, Friday night, yet again, another heater. And if you tuned in live on YouTube, you got to hear one of our panels, our guest for this evening, Devlin Ridley, cutting it on the emceeing.
That is absolutely true. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
No, absolutely, dude. Yeah, no, it was killer, man.
Mhm.
And you're crushing it. We can't wait to see you back in the ring, hopefully soon, in one of the matches that we spoke tonight about.
And then he also did commentary on Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Oh, that's right. We still got the Saturday show.
We do have the Saturday show.
Hell yeah. Let's get. Actually, I mean, I don't know. Are you wrapped up with that one, BJ?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ginge, however you want to kick this off, my guy.
I mean,
4 matches, 4 people.
Yeah, just real quick, myself and Danny Orr, we did a pre-show. We interviewed Sam Reaper, Twitch, Freak the Mighty, and then Alex Rivera, who we had no idea was going to be on the show later.
Yeah, that's crazy. When I saw him pop up, man, him and Danny were going at it. Like that was some heated rivalry.
But,
I mean, I'm kind of torn right now. I'm in the middle because
I kind of want to see what Hybrid has to offer.
Hybrid's been putting in some crazy matches and like some really like jaw-dropping moments.
And then when we hear
also just PWU SPO loyalists.
Yeah.
You know.
But then we hear Jay George speak and we hear what they have to say, and they make very fine points. We haven't heard the other side actually speak yet. We've only heard the people that have been attacked and wanting to get their licks back.
Well, then maybe we need to get the Graysons on here to kind of rebuttal what Hybrid's been saying. I know we've had Tommy on.
We've had JP on as well.
Well, I wasn't part of the squad when you guys had JP on. Thank God. But nonetheless, you know, I feel like that's something that, you know, we need to make sure that they have their time to rebuttal. I'll make sure that I'm here for that. What was that? Oh, I might be busy that day. I just got a memo. But, you know, whenever we figure it out.
You know why we're talking here? Just continue talking. I'm just playing this play on mute because this was just freaking hilarious. Pat, they're just throwing a towel on the Billy while we're interviewing him.
Well, I thought it was underwear for a second.
That would have been even funnier, to be perfectly honest.
Weirdest pair of underwear I've ever seen.
It's the light. It's the way that the light's hitting. Look at him just coming up with them freaking weights.
Of course he's doing a pump as he goes up to commentary. That's such a Pat Dynamite thing to do. Like, he was wrestling, and the way his, like, pants were, and he was wearing the headband, I'm like, I feel like I may have seen this dude do backup for, like, the Black Eyed Peas or something like that.
But, yeah, it was just real quick. Thank you to SPO, PWSA for having us do the pre-show. It was an awesome time to be able to represent Wicked Works and BJ and DG Talk Wrestling.
You know, it's cool to see you guys on that kind of platform, you know what I mean, where you're being the pre-show openers to the Saturday night's event.
Well, currently
at time on that channel, but
that's because we haven't really had like the diehards, like the proponents of, like, we would have to get like Billy Gold on here or Pat Dynamite to defend SPO PWU, because everybody else, you know, like, they're there, but they jump between a lot of different promotions. So, you know, when it comes to the hybrid invasion, like, a lot of people are impartial because it doesn't really affect them too much other than just having an amped up card that they're on, man. You know, when you look at it.
I mean, it comes down to it, we're just marks who want to see good wrestling.
Yeah.
And I mean, when it really comes down to it at the moment, if anybody's standing up for PWU, it's Wrath of the Wicked and SPO and PWSA in general. Wrath of the Wicked has hit that front line first.
And for me personally, I just want to kick Alex Rivera's ass. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We need to see that. Absolutely need to see that.
But it was one thing interesting when we interviewed Alex Rivera on the pre-show. He made me move a seat over because he did not want to sit next to Danny.
Well, I mean,
given their history.
Their history is very volatile,
But
they just so happen to be from like the same area, so they do have to run into each other. But like, bottom line is like they don't want to like. Danny seems a little bit more passive to the whole situation, but Alex wants nothing to do with Danny Ara.
Yeah, like Danny's still got to do his job.
Yeah,
absolutely. Speaking of jobs, why don't we do ours and cover the 4 matches on Saturday?
Yeah.
Up to it.
We get Kathy Fitzpatrick coming out, starting the show, which, as she's speaking, gets interrupted by Wrath of the Wicked's own Sam Reaper and Amadeus, which, after some fine words from Amadeus and him backing her into the corner, she slaps the taste out of both their mouths.
That's right, Archives. Amadeus got smacked right across his stupid face just for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a kick to the nuts. And a slap.
Nut kick. Oh, nuts.
So, yeah, my apologies there on that one. But, yeah, and then that leads us into our first match, being the Italian Tank taking on Twitch.
Man, what an interesting combination of, characters that we have here. Because look at the sheer size difference.
What a horrible night to be a man named the Italian Tank.
Why do you say that?
No, look how much Twitch was kicking him, man. He's gonna have
barely. Look, he can't even lift him. He's just struggling. Like Tank was just tossing him around like a piece of candy. Or like a piece of gabagool.
I haven't seen Twitch get little broed like that in a long time.
That's what I'm saying. Like Tank, when he showed up, he shelled out. Although we did not get to see him do a fire in the hole, which was
we did not.
I felt like we got robbed of that because that's one of my favorite moves of his.
But no, this was a solid opener for the show. Especially considering it was 4 matches,
But just look at that. The brick wall. Like, good luck.
He was reaching into the Chris Jericho list of 1,000 holds.
1,001.
Yeah, it was you on commentary that was like he used 4.
Yeah. No, I think maybe.
It was you, I think, Billy, and Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys were like, he used 4 of the 1,000 or 100 or whatever it was. It froze, Ginge. Frozen Tank, Ginge.
Yeah, not too different from the actual footage that was being streamed.
Yeah, when I was watching it, there was a lot of frozen moments, and I missed a lot. I missed a lot of the first half of the night, because I know there was some kind of technical feed that was going on YouTube. But
I think this was just the actual feed.
Well, this was what I wasn't there for this, so I watched it on YouTube, and yeah, it had its glitches. And I was sad because there was a couple moments where they were like, "Oh my God, he's never done that before," and it was like in the midst of a glitch. And I'm like, "No!" I think it was the Pat. Was it Pat fighting? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah,
the Pat
so
match.
a lot of those glitches popped up at the worst times possible.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a wrestling show without the technical difficulties.
I'm not sure if it was YouTube. I think there.
Well, I watched it on YouTube.
But if you look on here, I have the glitches on the footage too.
But that's what I'm saying. Even still, like this is probably the recorded footage that got sent over.
Yeah.
So
because I was seeing the glitches while I was on commentary, so it was there.
Yeah, like there's one happening right now where it just froze up, but I still see it going.
I mean, we can talk about like the matches and rely less on the footage if the footage is unreliable.
BJ and I weren't there, so we can't really, other than the footage that was, on YouTube, can't really attest to much else that happened. I mean, the Tank and Twitch match was great.
Yeah,
it was nice to see them in competition with each other because we've never seen them together in this building. I believe they could have been in a scramble, but I'm pretty sure
not in this building. They wrestled back at the factory. I did like how Twitch was trying to like systematically kick down Tank. He kind of had to in a way.
Yeah, the great strategy there.
Yeah,
it took about 5 kicks to get Tank like from his feet to his knees and then on the ground, and everyone just brought him down a bit more and more. But in the end, Twitch picks up the dub. Congrats to my man.
It was nice to see Twitch get a win after his last couple of weeks dealing with Declan Grant, where it's been loss after loss. So.
I mean, technically, he won the last couple of matches.
Yeah, but he didn't. He won by DQ, and we had Twitch on here. We've interviewed him. That's not a win to him. The fact that he didn't walk out there with the gold, he's beating himself up about. He's pissed off about that. He's annoyed. He's constantly in this situation now with Declan Grant now, where no matter how hard he tries, how hard he throws down, Declan always goes with a dirty win.
Yeah, but in the end, Twitch picking up this win does build some momentum towards getting back there. Picking up a win is a confidence booster.
Yep.
But next we had Boom Harden versus Wrath of the Wicked, Sam Reaper, who we just saw get slapped not long ago. This was a good match too.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong click there. There we go. Pete, what were your thoughts on this?
I feel like it's been a while. Like we've seen Boom versus Sammy. It's been a long time though, but we've seen them take on each other, and it was
triple threats.
Yeah, it was really nice and refreshing to kind of see like two of the people who I started watching at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy coming full circle and having this match together. Reaper, we all clearly are very much so behind. He's a friend of the podcast. We can say it. It's all love here. And him taking on Boom, who is the best technical wrestler. It's REAPER, Mr. Archives. But he's, the best technical wrestler in New Jersey. And Boom stands behind it. As you'll notice in this match, though, he's not wearing those jeans that you were talking about earlier, Devlin.
Let's say the switch to wrestling gear kind of buffs him.
I was impressed to see that he went back to his previous attire, where you see the chiseled look of Boom Harden, and I feel like he really put on a hell of a show tonight, or Saturday night when he took on Sam Reaper. But once again, I'm always rooting for the Reaper. So when it came to this match, it wasn't any different. Those are my 2 cents, and I'm sticking to them. How about you, BJ?
Looking into something.
What do you guys think? We're talking about fantasy booking. Here's another one. What if I were to challenge Boom Harden to a submission match?
Ooh, I'm for it. Wow. How many submission holds do you know?
I used to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu before I got into wrestling.
Really?
Yes. So I'd say around like 4, maybe. 4.
Well, I mean, listen, we've seen Boom bust out some weird shit lately when it comes to the locks and the holds that he puts people in. So I feel like if you're getting ready to amp up into a submission match challenge, you really got to brush up on your submission glossary.
Yeah, sorry. I feel my ego is getting a bit high. I go on a podcast for the first time. I'm just challenging every person.
I was going to say, you're coming out swinging, my guy.
I should probably rein it back in before I suffer the Sam Reaper demise.
This is the kendo stick shot here.
Oh yeah, this was brutal. As somebody who's taken a kendo stick, I empathize with Boom.
From Sam Reaper, nonetheless.
Yeah, but rewind that real quick.
There's more to come.
I know, but like, okay, that right there, he wound up with it. But like that mofo baseball freaking grand slammed me with that kendo stick. So he did, and then freaking Alex Rivera. So I feel like I've got one up on Boom still. He took 3 shots from Sam Reaper.
And Boom was still fighting after that kendo stick shot.
Hell yeah. Look at that. He almost got him in that kendo submission lock right there. No, Boom's a fighter, man. Listen, as much as I may trash him, he's a fighter, but also at the same time, like,
I'd say he's PWU's like honey badger in a way. Like, he'll scrap with just about anyone.
Jesus Christ, that's like the golden mark, right? That's amazing.
Yeah. And for those who don't know what a honey badger is, that is a very big compliment. So.
It is. If you weren't a memezilla back in 2010 and were around for that moment, you won't know exactly what it is, but go Google it.
Yeah.
And you'll understand.
So after that, we have intermission.
Intermission.
The second appearance of intermission this weekend. Absolutely amazing. Intermission always wows the crowd in between these matches. But we come back, and I have the sound on to play this next part.
Oh boy.
Because it's Twitch and Freak the Mighty. Oh no, I can't play it because of music for the audio. But you'll get the idea once the lights come on. So Freak the Mighty still on commentary for intermission with Twitch. They're just talking, you know. And guess whose match is up next?
Who that?
It's Twitch again.
And his shirt even says Twitch.
How are we going to know who he is if his shirt doesn't say it?
Well, here it says that he's you, so.
Yeah, I know, exactly. My point.
I mean, you know, apparently that's you doing your best Twitch cosplay.
Look, I don't think I can do a Twitch cosplay.
On December 19th, Boom Harden tag teamed with Sam Reaper versus Amadeus and Daniel Alexander.
That's the 4th person that was in that match.
That was the match.
Oh, and look. And now Freak the Mighty's music hits while they're on commentary to go out for their match.
I always wonder if they made pants with belt loops big enough to hold like a championship belt in them. Can you imagine having so many belts that you need to use one to keep your pants up?
God.
And then their opponents. 1 was Mikey G, and 2, our guest here.
Oh, look at that fancy guy right there.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
But this was your first match back, right?
Yeah, so after the match with Dylan, I had to, recuperate, rehabilitate. This is the first time I've wrestled in about a month. Kind of proud of this, kind of happy with it.
How insulting also was it that they had you as Freak Inc. Mighty for you and Mikey G?
It's Billy Gold. He was gonna get into production and be like Freak Inc. Mighty. He knows we're tight. We're tight.
This is another match I would like to see, is you and Mikey G 1-on-1.
I could go for that. I think that'll be a very fun match.
I think we've got Devlin booked for like the next 6 months.
On January 2nd,
one podcast and you guys get me 2 months worth of bookings.
on January 2nd, Boom Harden defeated Sam Reaper in a singles match.
January 2nd? All right, that makes... Yeah, we were definitely at that show because that was
we were at that
New Year's weekend, so...
Let's some of this footage play here now. But yeah, so since you were in this match...
Yeah.
Wait, he was?
Tell us about what's going through your mind during this match with everything going on.
Even though this clip is extremely frozen, tell us what's happening.
Well, I knew Mikey G needed a partner because Gold Blooded wasn't there for him. Pat Dynamite and Big Billy Gold are standing across the ring from this guy who is 6 months into training, or 6 months into his first match anyways. And he's looking at the two big dogs of the division, and I just so happen to have my gear on just in case something like this were to happen. So I go out and I'm like, hey, you're not alone. I see you. I respect you, and I got you. So I'll help you wrestle these guys. And it was fun. It was really fun. Got to chain with Pat Dynamite. So this little bit right here was really fun. The whip reversal. Love dropping down, but I just look over and I just eat a drop kick to the face.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Mm-hmm. Like normally people will run and they'll try to get momentum and they'll drop down and leapfrog. No, Pat Dynamite will just cartwheel over you and drop kick you in the face. So I'm ready for that.
Now, Pat Dynamite, ever since he lost the Skywalker Championship, we've seen a more hungry, a more vicious Pat Dynamite.
Yeah,
when it comes to the in-ring.
Yeah, new finisher and all that. By the way, this is the first time Billy's ever chopped me in this match.
Really?
Yeah.
Welcome to the club, my friend.
Welcome to the club. Hey, at least I didn't lose a competition to get to it. Anyways, here's
Damn! Screw you, Devlin! Guess what? I'm going to do everything I can now to get you destroyed by face.
What do you know about face?
He's giving me exactly what I want. Oh, no.
What are you, leaking links?
No.
Yeah. God. Poor Mikey, man.
Oh.
They just had him in there. They were teeing up on him for what felt like hours.
Billy hit Mikey so hard it froze the YouTube stream.
Pretty much. Danny
that explains it.
I actually think I made that. I think I actually made that joke in the back when that happened. But yeah, Rick the Mighty doing what they do best. And
knees in the back.
I mean, I remember when they were Freak the Mikey, and like now look at them, they're beating up the Mikey.
Yeah. Well, hey, it was a friendly tag match. I mean, the titles weren't even on the line. So
they weren't?
No, it was non-title.
Oh, okay. I thought they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't even know the Declan Grant, the Silver Skywalker title match I had. I didn't think that was a title match until literally when I walked out. They announced it as a title match. So people get picky and choosy with that here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Absolute incredible figure of Pat Dynamite right there. Saying his prayers and eating his vitamins, that one. Oh, this one was great. This one was great.
Jeez. Oh. I didn't know Billy was that athletic.
I didn't either.
Kevin Nash would have tore a quad doing that.
Yeah.
You know, somebody likened Billy Gold and Pat Dynamite to Diesel and HBK when they were a tag team back in the 90s, and I can't unsee it.
Neither can I. And that was me.
Oh, well, yeah.
But no, you guys put up a good fight against them.
I appreciate it.
I would say what it came down to in the end is the chemistry. You and Mikey G don't really have a tag team chemistry like Pat Dynamite and Billy Gold have.
No, it was my first time interacting with him in a ring, let alone tagging with him. And here comes Pat and Billy, who have 4 belts in between them. 6 if you want to count the 2 different PWU belts.
7 if you want to count Billy's Mawa champion.
Oh, God. Which, hey, he's wrestling the God of Dadbot on Saturday. So.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that show.
But how about this finish? So I think this was the finish of the match.
Oh, yeah.
I would not want to get caught in
that. No, that's not the finish. Oh wait. Yeah.
That's not the finish.
Hey, that's not the finish, and then there's a 3 count.
I was thinking, I was thinking there was something after that.
That was the night before.
I'm mixing up nights.
But there was a good
yeah,
show
no,
of
that
respect.
clothesline
after.
German suplex combo is just
That shit was
devastating.
fire.
I don't care who you are, that's going to take you out.
You know, I didn't know that Freak the Muddy was based on a children's book. The name they came up with, because I work in a school and I had noticed in the library, I was like, wait a second. That title of the book is Freak the Mighty. I looked at it, and the cover of it is this little kid sitting on this big dude's shoulder, and they're just doing like this. And I was like, oh my God, like that's so cool.
Yeah. Whoever archives books, chronicles, diaries is, when we were out for Wrestler's Court, I don't think I expected to like be so similar in height as he is. But we also wrestled two completely different styles. He's much more of like a powerhouse, and I'm much more of like a momentum brawler type.
Yeah.
I don't know who's taller between us. I will say, like, I feel like that's gone either way at certain points.
Well, I'm 6'2", and when I've talked with you at the shows, you know, we look at each other eye to eye. I would say you might have an inch on me. But Billy's probably got like 2 or 3 on me.
Okay.
But
We'll
yeah,
have to see. We'll have to see. We'll do the back-to-back test.
Oh, there we go.
we do have one more match to talk about, which is a very special match to me. Which was,
oh yeah,
I got to make my debut as a referee.
That's not you. Look at that guy. That is not the Danger Ginger. Put yourself back on the screen. That is not you. That is an imposter, or you're a twin brother. Ganger
or Tyler Bate.
Ganger Dinger. Look at that. I don't know who that guy is, but that's not the Danger Ginger of our show.
Oh, it is.
4'9".
He looks like a leprechaun.
I'm 4'9". Archives in the chat.
Ah, I see. I was like, why are you saying numbers?
I'm just kidding. I'm 5'8".
I was going to say, you're definitely not 4'9".
Yeah, and whoever had the bell at commentary that I had to tell twice to ring the bell, they need to get their act together.
It's happened on multiple occasions.
All right, when I say ring the bell, ring the damn bell.
Now you understand my frustration with it.
Respect his authority.
Yeah, respect my authority.
Listen,
hey,
I'm just
that,
hoping
Ginger, and you'll turn into Craig Prendergast.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. Damn it, Devlin, you're too quick.
But no, these two had what was the shortest match of the night, to be perfectly honest, in the main event.
Well, it was on the bells, you know. He can't go for too long.
But he held his own with Alex. It's just Alex is younger, better shape. And you can see why Hybrid has brought him onto their team.
Oh, absolutely. And it makes the most sense out of any of the wrestlers in the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. Think of who has been screwed over the most. Now, I'm not defending him, but I'm just saying he's the one with the most animosity towards the organization.
Who, Alex Rivera?
Yes.
I don't know. If I got my ass handed to me about 7 or 8 different times by the same person, I kind of have some animosity towards the brand he represents too. But that's just me. I mean,
damn. Devlin Ridley telling it like it is.
But this being the third match in 2 nights with Wrath of the Wicked versus Hybrid. And Hybrid's just not playing. And you can see it here in this clip. Alex is showing the anger that is built up in that frustration.
He's so furious. It's a great angle. Oh, they should have committed to it. Come on, ref. That dude's fixed. Just like crooked Craig Prendergast.
You know what? Go get a spring roll. Anyway, I will not have my integrity be smirched like that, okay?
This is the Ginger villain arc right here.
Always. Believe me, he's got a lot of powers behind that button.
You missed Amadeus giving. You missed Alex giving Amadeus a twister noogie.
Yes, there was a noogie there.
I just saw him rip it on his nose.
But I mean, Amadeus did put up a fight. Let's not get it wrong.
Oh no, he absolutely did. But when it comes down to it, like Alex Rivera is he's a beast. You know, I don't remember how this match finished.
But this moment coming up was the downfall of Amadeus.
Well, he got both of his hands broken. He got kicked in the face.
But then he starts arguing with me and telling me to do my job. Well, he needs to do his job and wrestle, if you ask me. Like, I'm not his opponent. I called the match right down the middle.
Wait a tick. Wait a second.
And now look, him arguing with me left his back open to be choked out.
I wonder, are you, Ginger, a crooked ref? Are you in the back pocket of hybrid wrestling?
I am not. And you know how I feel about my integrity being questioned, sir.
I want to set a record for most amount of time someone gets kicked off a podcast in one session.
It happens a lot. I get outlandish. Listen, it's not me. It's this delicious product called Wanderback Hell's Lager.
Mm-hmm.
Gold winner from Philadelphia.
Pete's going to start rivaling Kenny from South Park in the amount of times he's been killed on the show. Sorry.
So far, I've got 3 punishments to back up that. So
that reminds me, we're holding off on predictions until a little bit more of the card is announced for this Sunday's card.
But we do have a couple matches that we can talk about. So we're not going to be completely empty-handed and going in. But just real quick, before we move on to talking about this Friday and then Sunday as well, it was a complete honor and privilege to be in that spot, even though it was a short match, to get to make my debut in a main event match, even if it was Amadeus.
Damn.
So here's my question
fired.
for you, Ginger.
Shoot away.
What are you going to do with this now? Do you think you're going to keep reffing, or do you think this was like a one-off?
If the opportunity presents itself to referee again, I am more than happy to do it.
You should.
But I am also very happy with what I am doing, being in production. To be perfectly honest, because it's been mentioned on this show a couple times. It is no
Wait,
secret.
You work behind the scenes? No way.
Anyway, get rid of that. I just had to do that to pop Devlin. That's all. But
sorry.
no,
sorry, you killed him right as he was doing the what was it? The alcoholics, give me some more stare right into the camera.
But just to say thank you to all the trainers at the PWSA. Thank you to Spo for giving me not just the opportunity to referee the main event, but me and Danny, as well as I said at the top of all this, to be able to do the pre-show as well. It was an honor and privilege, and I hope there is another opportunity, if not multiple, in the future. But we'll see what the future holds. And that's what I got to say about that. But just again, thank you. It was just an honor to be in that spot, and it was a dream come true for me.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, now let's run down this Friday, this Sunday, and then, pitter patter.
Yeah.
We're already at 3 hours and 17 minutes, baby.
Yeah, I know.
Let's do Cliff Notes.
Hey, we're inching in on our record, which was set last week.
I was going to say, last week we were at 4 hours, right?
Yeah, so this week, the go-home show before PWU Hard Knox is SPO Live, Walk the Line, where we will have the tiebreaker rubber band match, as we like to call it, between Mikey G and Sam Adams.
Hell yeah.
We will also have the Enterprise Stife taking on JJ Smith.
I can't wait for this.
We also have, I can't read that.
Cash grab on the left.
Oh, cash
Cash
grab. I have other things in my way here. Taking on Skull and Bones of Wrath of the Wicked.
Is that Adonis Briggs? Is he one of those?
It is, yeah, because I was looking at the graphic and I didn't see, like, oh, it is on the left-hand side. Okay. I was like, I didn't notice it until right now.
We have a face-off between Twitch and PWU Silver Skywalker champion Declan Grant.
And maybe Devlin can work his way into this match.
Well,
I'll be watching.
Not
I'm curious enough to let them do their
We
thing.
have High Fashion taking on Controlled Chaos for the SPO Tag Team Championships.
Guys,
this
this
is
is
going to be
the one to watch out
banger.
for.
Yeah.
there.
High
This one.
Fashion coming off a big win last week. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Again, it seems like Gold Blooded's always just been one step away and just can't get over that hump. So
Like, either one of these teams could win, and I would be happy.
Oh yeah.
yeah. We also have what I think will be the main event. Freak the Mighty defending their PWU Tag Team Championships against the Backseats.
Boo.
And then
Right.
now,
And Angel and Dewey and Cousin Ronnie and Dylan.
Let's-
Small and...
let's get to PWU Hard Knocks and get your guys' predictions. And ladies and gentlemen, we do not have a punishment figured out yet. So that is going to be getting figured out this week. And since we don't have it to announce, it'll be a surprise to everybody when they see it. And so we'll do a quick shoot for all these and just whoever you think is going to win, which I already know. I should know Pete's picks already for 2 of the 3 matches that I have graphics for. And the first one being Kid Legend
Ooh.
taking on Alex Rivera.
Oh, man.
This one's looking nice, not gonna lie.
We have seen this match before, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I gotta say something real quick because it's freaking weird. As soon as I saw this, like I'm looking here, I'm trying to debate who to pick. My back starts tingling a little bit in the same diagonal area in which the kendo stick smacked me.
It's the PTSD.
Dude, it was so weird. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I want Kid Legend. I need to vote Kid Legend. But then the pain reminded me, is that really where it's going to go?
So, who is your pick?
Oh, my gosh. I'm a man of honor. And I stick by my Power Ranger brethren. I'm going Green Ranger all the way.
All right, BJ, your pick.
Alex is going to have some hybrid peeps with him. I think Alex has got this one.
All right.
Oh, my back hurts.
Now, I assume
Gonna hurt a lot more.
I know Pete's picks for the next 2 matches that we are going to talk about.
If it's God Grayson, I stay awayson.
Bro.
But we also have bipolar Ian Knox, who will be there, being a special enforcer,
Hell yeah.
which I'm assuming is going to be for this match for the SPO Championship. Billboard Billy Gold versus the Batman, Tommy Grayson, one half of the backseats.
Gold.
As I figured.
Honestly, for both of these matches, I kind of would like to wait and see what happens Friday night, because that's going to play into what happens on Sunday. But for the sake of this, I'm going to go Billy Gold.
All right. So both of you have Gold retaining. Boy, Pete, this is getting really interesting here for you, because I know what your pick for the next match is. For the PWU World Championship, champion Pat Dynamite defending against the other half of the back seats, Justified JP Grayson. Does Pete
BJ, you go first.
Does this mean that Pete is thinking about actually picking JP to possibly win this?
So
BJ, you go first.
Despite the potential of Angel and Dewey and whoever else being at ringside, cousin Ronnie, Pat retains. Pat wins this one.
Stop focusing on your puppers. Get back to us.
Yeah, well, she's not listening, so.
Ginger, all I have to say.
Oh, BJ, who did you pick?
Dynamite.
That's what I thought. I heard this needed to confirm. All right, Pete, who are you picking?
When Dynamite blows up, they don't get up.
All right.
All
JP
right,
Grayson.
So, I also. So hold on, you're picking
That's
JP?
Hell no.
All right, so I have one more thing. If after this face-off, we get a Silver Skywalker Championship match on
Between
Sunday.
Grant and Twitch?
Yes. Who do you guys have? If it happens. Because it has not been announced, so we don't know.
I mean, I said it before. Grant wants the 302. He wants to beat Pat's record. He wants to beat the ultimate record for how long the Silver Skywalker Championship has been held. So I don't see Grant letting that up. I don't.
So
but also at the same time, like, he's not going to let it up. He could easily just DQ and give the opponent the win. He still walks away the champ. So if this match is a standard match, then I call Twitch. If this match is a hardcore match, then I call Declan.
All right, but I need one pick, not one pick, two different scenarios.
But that's all I can give you right now.
But it's a hypothetical match.
It's a hypothetical. We don't know if it's an actual match happening. So you're giving us a hypothetical. I'm meeting it with a hypothetical. If it's a standard singles match, then Twitch. If it's a hardcore match, then Declan Grant. I gave you my answers.
Yeah, that's as bad as me copping out with a no contest.
No, it's not.
Because at least I'm picking.
It's two different match styles. So I'm picking the winner of each, but we don't know what's going to happen. So therefore, it works out in the end.
Either way, Declan retains.
Listen, I'm going to hire Devlin Ridley as my attorney. I'm hiring Devlin Ridley as my attorney.
At least he has the balls to make a pick.
Oh, this coming from Captain No Contest. Get off my D.
Hey, at least I'm picking an option and not pulling options out the sky to get out of picking.
Children, you're all pretty.
I gave you my answer, though. I didn't not pick. I gave you the answers to both. That's
not an answer. On the
How
spot.
is it not an answer?
Grant or Twitch?
In what scenario?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't matter.
But it does.
But it doesn't.
But it does.
Right now, just pick. Grant.
I can't without knowing the stipulation. I got to know the scenario. It's a hypothetical. I got to know the scenario.
All right, if I have to give you a scenario, typical singles match.
Then Twitch.
Okay, thank you. So
as I said.
As of now, but this is a pick that if it is announced, that you can change your pick. You have the right to change your picks up until the day of the show, given that we do not have a full card announced.
Exactly as I said.
But at the moment, your pick is Twitch.
Yeah, if it's a singles match, yes.
God, the bickering goes crazy here. Yeah, no, for real. This is turning to Boston.
We will be doing a short little pop-up live stream to give our final picks. Probably the day of the show.
Yeah. But just real quick, since we got all that out of the way, do some fine housekeeping here real quick on the promoting side of stuff, and then get us out of here. As announced today, PWU versus Hybrid Wrestling head-to-head. Connor Claxton versus Alex Rivera. Matt Tremont versus the Feral Face for the Hybrid Championship. And we know there's going to be blood in this match.
Oh, totally.
And then the next day, we have Ladies' Night.
Yeah.
What a shift of events, right?
I don't know if you can see this, if it'll get into picture, but
Yeah.
Wander back.
The official, unofficial lager beer of BJDG Talk Wrestling. They shared that in their story.
I usually am hammering down Hugo's from Wanderback during.
I killed all 6 of my lagers, so the gold standard.
That's
gold, baby.
What's that?
Because you guys want to get off of here, right?
Well, I want to give support and love to the BJDG podcast, which is getting love from Wanderback Beer, who is a proud unofficial sponsor of both BJ and I drinking beer. So, got to give the love where it's due in New Jersey.
Well, Camp Carney, June 14th.
There we go.
Speaking of sponsors.
Perfect segue.
You know, us, BJ and DG Talk Wrestling and Wicked Works, as well as Keith Fitness and the Red Dragon Dojo. And some of the matches you can see, the return of the Creature feature that Sam Reaper won last time. We have the Flag Day Tag Team Extravaganza match. We have Boom Harden versus Keo Van Du. I believe I said that right. We have Kid Legend versus
Oh my gosh,
you're
Vacan's
invisible.
gonna be there? Oh my god, I've been trying to get Vacant's autograph for my
and
whole
then
life.
Tulpa versus Alex Rivera. Hybrid just dipping into a little bit of everything, huh?
We did see Tulpa at the last Sideshow event, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was in that 3-way with Pedro and Boom. I'm
Right,
pretty sure.
and Boom for the title. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in July, we have opening day which has Little Guido versus Connor Claxton.
What is this super heavy pro?
Super Havoc Pro.
Super Havoc Pro.
Yeah.
Jake Fury.
LJ Cleary versus the Flip, who we saw back at
Flip.
Sub-Zero, I believe
Wow,
it was.
it's been a minute since we've seen the Flip.
And then also, as I had this up earlier, Cheeseburger will be there as well.
Great pick for your show. It's Cheeseburger. He's great.
Yeah. But also, another note, we will not be live this Sunday because we will be at PWU Hard Knox. So, unfortunately, when we're able to, we'll talk the fallout of Double or Nothing and everything. Maybe we'll just do an extended Sunday show coming up. If we can figure out how to fit something in along the way, we'll do that as well. We'll see.
Also, keep your eye out on the channel for pop-up streams and keep your eye out on the social media accounts also for content.
Yes. But, Devlin Ridley, thank you for joining us today. And thank you for sticking with us through this marathon of an episode. This is our second longest episode ever. You know what? It seems like when Jay George invades, our time just doubles for our episode instantly.
Yeah.
Totally. I want to give him a piece of my mind, though. It might happen in the future.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for having me on and letting me tell my story and, asking me questions about that. So I'm glad to, familiarize myself with you.
Absolutely.
And the SPO audience.
Just real quick, archives, our school hours are Tuesday through Thursday, typically about 4 o'clock to about 9, 10 o'clock, depending on what's going on any given day on those days, because Fridays are show days. Mondays, people aren't really there because after having a weekend of shows, everybody wants a day off.
Everybody's just watching Raw.
Yeah, pretty much.
No problem. But also, don't forget, if you're watching this and have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button for us, where you can also find us on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram. But until next time, that's Devlin Ridley who stayed with us for the show. Pete the Wall Peters.
Oh, yeah.
BJ, I'm the Danger Ginger. Everybody be good to each other, and we will see you later.
What's good, fans? This is El Tirador, Alex Rivera, also known as the Latin Shooter, and you're watching BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. Check it out. Vaya!